Good afternoon, good morning, wherever you're from. I don't know why I wasn't able to get the song to work, but here we are, guys. Welcome back. This is episode 1018 of the Two Dumb Yins. I want to say to everybody today, welcome back, welcome back. You know what? I don't know what the hell I got going on here. I don't know. Well, anyway,
Oh,
good afternoon, good morning, wherever you may be. Welcome back to the show. This is the Two Dumb Yinzers back as always. Glad to see you today. This is the day before the Pittsburgh Steelers do take on the New York Jets here in Pittsburgh for the game two of the preseason for the Steelers. We have one more after this next week, and we will be getting ready to wrap up preseason, if you could even believe that, everybody. Welcome back to the show. Good day to you. Welcome. Glad to be here, everybody. Yeah, Derpy is back in the house. Great to see Derpy today. Derp Dog is taking over and sitting in for Mike today. One more day as Mike does wrap up his vacation. Derp Dog, how you be, sir?
I'm great, Ryan. I feel energized because high school football is back in my area tonight. So and tomorrow the Steelers play, so I'm excited, man. Having a great day
Uh,
so far.
that's good. That's good. You got the big high school game tonight. What is this? The first game for them?
No, my alumni play tomorrow, but like the first 5 to 6 games are tonight for my area. So, but
Gotcha.
I'm excited to watch it because it's football.
That is exciting. That is exciting. We are glad to be back, everybody. Welcome back to the show again. Episode 1018, counting down the days till we can get to the second preseason game number 2 of 20, if you will, for the Steelers this season, guys. That is given to us. We did win last week 28-9 over the Green Bay Packers. Tomorrow we'll be back at it against the New York Jets. All kind of scoop, all kind of stuff going on heading into this game. Just trying to get set up a little bit here on my end. I always bitch and complain about Mike, but you know what? He does some stuff, and at the end of the day, when I'm just trying to get prepared to do my thing, and then I got to go do Mike's thing, I then begin to appreciate him a little bit, Dirk. I do, believe it or not, I appreciate Mike sometimes.
I Mike is always awesome, except
Well,
for his football team, his college football team.
I didn't say all that, but the help certainly helps. But you know what? Here we are. We're back. Welcome to the show one more time, guys. This is Jets week. We have a lot to get into today. But don't let me get into anything else without saying what's up to everybody on the terrible board. What's up, everybody on the terrible board? Just trying to. There we go. Tortilla Jackson and the Heezy baby, all the way from Sacramento, California. Tortilla Jackson, my man. He says, "No way." What's up, brother? Always great seeing you
Definitely.
on the show, as always. Welcome back, welcome back, welcome back. We also do have, here we go. We're all set now. The OG, the original OG, Ninja Joe says, "Hey, boys, what's up? What's up, brother? Always great seeing Ninja Joe. I know he's ready
As
for
the
the big
fawn
Jets
said,
game tomorrow.
a.
What's that, Derpy?
I said, as the fawn said, a.
Hey, let's go right here to Cody. Cody sent a treat, brother. Thank you for the dog treats. We love it. We love it. We love dog treats here, especially Derpy. Mike eats crickets, but Derpy loves the dog treats. Thank you so much for that. As always, Cody in the house. Great seeing you, brother. Let's go to Tortilla. He says, "Damn, y'all motherfuckers aren't green anymore. We aren't green. I don't know what that means. I'm not sure what that means. Perhaps something that I forgot to do, but I do apologize, guys. We're here. Let's go right here to Kevin. Hey, Yinzers, what's up, brother? Great seeing Kevin on the board as always. My man, Kevin
Kev.
Reed in the house. I know everybody's getting fired up, guys. We do have a big game tomorrow. A game that's going to be featuring our two young quarterbacks. So much to get into today. Before I do that, let me go right here to back down to Cody. Cody with this green again. I don't know what this green is. He says, "My heart shrunk 3 times this month, and this time I'll keep it off." Welcome to you. Welcome, everybody. Welcome back to the show. Lots to get into today, Derpy. Lots to get into. But before we start, I do want to talk about a couple of things. This was brought to my attention by Derpy, actually. Apparently, Penn State. We all know Penn State, of course. Mike's team loves Penn State. And Penn State seems to have a little bit of trouble staying out of trouble. I don't know whether to call it Penn State or the State Penn, but they do it once again, Derpy. The Penn State Nittany Lions, they get themselves in a little bit of trouble, and I got to be honest with you, it's just as funny every time. Let's take a look at how this goes. Derpy, could you throw it up? For whatever reason, can't. Maybe I can. I don't know.
Hold on.
Could you throw it up once again, please?
Yeah, I got you. It should be up. And let me
Uh,
stop and then do it again. Okay. And then try that, Ryan.
All right, here we go. Let's take a look at the new entrance to the cocaine-driven Penn State Nittany Lions. Of course, a little bit of trouble they got into this past week. Some cocaine issues. Let's go ahead and let this rip, guys.
Glass. I'm blowing money fast. I'm in love with the coco. I'm in love with the coco.
And there it is, guys. The Penn State Nittany Lions giving new meaning to the word whiteout. Of course, what's the story, Derpy? What happened to these guys? What was the story that's driving this?
So it's a nationwide story going on right now. It was a couple of days, probably like as soon as we ended, like maybe on Tuesday, man, or Wednesday. It broke out. Basically, there was a frat house that was selling cocaine. 14 students were involved in this, and it was a cocaine ring. And one of their, heck, maybe even all the fathers, but some fathers knew about it, the money that was being earned. So, like, hey, congrats.
Hey, you got to earn that tuition. You got to earn your tuition somehow, Derpy. Perhaps they're trying to figure out ways to pay the guys that aren't getting NIL money. This is a good way to keep them paid. But, people will say this happens everywhere, and it does. Believe me, I understand that. But why is it always Penn State that gets busted with this shit? First, of course, the little boys, now the cocaine. Just the only thing that I'm really regret is that Mike isn't here today to be here with us to celebrate this news story. However, he will be back tomorrow. I'm sure we'll get in his ass then. But again, everybody, welcome back to the show. Glad to see us today. We're getting ready to get back to Steeler game day. Again, the day just before Steeler game day we are right now, and we're heading into a game against the New York Jets tomorrow with a lot of things on the line. Not record-wise, not playoff positioning, not anything in the division. However, people's positions on the team are on the line. People are going to be fighting out in positional battles, and people are going to be somber, and they're also going to be battling for their livelihood. A lot of guys aren't even going to be on this team, Derpy, as they're cutting down 90 to 53 here sometime in roughly 10 days or so. So it's coming fast. Some of these guys are pretty much down to their last chance. If you don't look good this week, you have one game left, and you know how hard it's going to be for somebody to grab the coach's attentions and say, sign us on this team. We, make this person a proper person on the team by what they see in just 1 week. So this week, in my opinion, is big. What you seen last week, what you see this week and next week, we're going to lump it all together and try to figure out what it is we have when it is time to cut down the roster. However, the new roster depth chart has been released. We have one game tomorrow, one game next week. This time next week, guys, we're going to be getting ready to wrap up the preseason. So much stuff to get into. Let me get on the terrible board. I don't want to miss anybody today, guys. Welcome back to the show. Great seeing you as always. Let's jump right here. Call it Sandusky State is what Cody's saying. Call it Sandusky State. Sick Jones all the way from across the country. Great seeing you, brother. He says, good morning, motherfuckers. Missed y'all yesterday. I blamed Derpy. Let's fucking go. Well, of course, it's Derpy's fault, but even if it's not, we'll say that anyway. Let's go down here to Steel Loyal, my man, all the way from North Carolina. Great seeing Steel as always. He says, boys, what's up, brother? Nice seeing you, dude. We're almost there, man. We're making it. We're going to make it. I do believe we will make it. Kevin says this. He says, can't wait to see Howard go against the ones and the twos.
Yes.
Cody says this. I feel like Derpy's knockers are going to show up.
Only if they win the Super Bowl.
You know what? I figured out new bets for that, actually. I'm going to lay that out here in a little bit, but let me get through some stuff first. Let's go back to Steele right here. He says the whole new meaning to whiteout. There you go. Only in Penn State. Only in Penn State. Cody says cocaine is awesome. Let's go right here to Tortilla. He says Coke at Penn State sucks, though. That's the only problem. Cocaine is awesome, but the white stuff in Happy Valley is not that great. Steel Loyal says you could ask Eric Clapton, of course, about cocaine. Steal a freak, my man, Big John Stud, middle name Mud in the house. Always great seeing you as well, my friend from Las Vegas, Nevada. He says Drew Baller better not be connected to the snow.
I mean,
the shoe.
It was a frat house, and it looked like an actual good one.
Maybe so they just started. Maybe they just started when he left. I'm sure that's how it played out. He left, and then they decided to start selling the cocaine and have the cocaine ring, perhaps. Let's go here to Steel Loyal. He says this Drew Baller was his dealer. There you go. And Tortilla says JPJ can't catch because his nose is runny. You guys, Great to be back. It really is. Glad to be back today. Finchy, I see in the house. Great to see Finchy. Somber, Loyal, everybody. Welcome back to the show again. 1018. Getting ready for the Steelers, New York Jets tomorrow. I did miss a couple here. Looks like, let me continue. I don't want to miss anybody. Somber says, getting his ass. Hey, yo. That's right, baby. Cody says, I can't even feel my face. Mark Malone, my man, the myth, the mustache in the house. Great seeing you as always. He says, Mike was the real ringleader of the Penn State Peruvian marching powder. Let's go here to the original OG into Joe. He says this, is Minkah Fitzpatrick on the Jets? He is. Last time I heard, he's up there. So
I feel bad for the dude. He's going to be on the Jets. But he definitely hasn't been the same since he left us.
He hasn't been the same since about 2 years before he left us, in my opinion.
Right,
so, again,
that too.
Hopefully he has a better year. Again, you got to remember the Jets had zero interceptions last year. Maybe Minkah could change that around up over there for them. Again, 0 interceptions their defense forced last season. Let's go here to Tortilla. He says, Muth hasn't been the same since he left Penn State. He used to be a lot quicker and skinnier. How does that happen? Let's go to Steel Loyal. Yes, Ginger Joe. Let's go over here. Also to Steeler Freak. He says selling cocaine is only marketing and sales. Getting some credits, perhaps, in the marketing and sales department for this project. Let's go over here to Finch. He says, good afternoon, friends. Go Steelers. Have a great day, everyone. Everybody say what's up to Finch. There we go. We do have Steel Loyal. We have the Finch teeth emojis on the board. If you do want to get these awesome emojis, and they are awesome, don't get me wrong. They are Finch's teeth. They are shirtless derpy. They are Vanilla Thunder, the terrible towel, the logo, and a bunch of catchphrases from the show. You could do that by joining the membership, which is $1.99. There is no obligation. You could cancel at any time. It is month to month, $1.99. It is really cool. There's a lot of these cool emojis on there that I go on and on about. But again, at the end of the day, there will be more perks as we do go along and get used to that system. But everything else is free, guys. If you do want to sub, hit the like, hit the share, leave a comment. It's all free. You can do that today right here on the Two Dumb Means or So as we continue to get ready for the New York Jets, guys. Today is Thursday, heading into this game day derby. I'm excited. Let me ask you, do you wear your jersey on preseason game day? I always got to wear my Steeler jerseys for games. And
Yes.
Just this year, I just started doing it in the preseason.
I actually do because I only have like 4 to 5 things for Steelers, really. So that's one of them that I mainly wear. So,
hey, that's good. You know what? It's again, I can't believe I've waited this long to even start wearing my jerseys on game day. It's been many years that I didn't. I just never thought of it, to be honest. Last week I did. I got a gift the week prior for my birthday, so I wore it, and you know what? I'm going to continue on that path with Steelers
that was a nice
jerseys.
shirt, though, Ryan.
Yeah, I wasn't even expecting it. I come home one day and my son had dropped it off for my birthday, and I was pretty excited. And you know what? You can't go wrong with TJ. Let's continue on the board. Let's go right here to Corey. Don't drink that. My man, he says this. He says, sold my first tee yesterday. I tell you what, send me one of them tees, Corey, and I will wear it on the show. I'll wear it 5 days a week, I swear to you. Send me one of them, and we'll get it up on the air. That is awesome. I'm great to hear that for you, Corey. Things seem to be going well, my man. Good. Let's go here to Tortilla. He says Drew Allar wasn't even hurt. He was going through withdrawals. Let's go here. Steeler Freak. The board is on today with the Penn State, all the Penn State stuff here. I'm seeing John Steeler Freak says this. Nittany White Lions. Let's go back to Corey. I do want to remind you, if you are into conspiracy theories and things of that nature, whether it be the government, whether it be UFOs, even Bigfoot, go over to check out Don't Drink That here on YouTube. My man Corey always comes on and supports us. We ask to do the same. Go check him out. Hit the follow, hit the like. Lots of good stuff, especially if you are into conspiracy theories. He gets really into detail. And when he gets into that Illuminati box, that Illuminati game from the 90s, I really get into it, guys. All kind of content, mad content. You're not going to be disappointed if you are into conspiracy theories. Get over there today and check out Don't Drink That by Corey. Lots of good stuff, guys. Let's continue on the board. Let's go right here to my man, Richard Jankowski. Always great seeing Richard, my man, in the house. Brother, good afternoon to you as well, sir. Hope things are going good. And don't forget also, get over and get ready for the CBS Pick'ems. We are doing that again this year. I see about 5 or 6 people already have their picks actually in. I'm not going to get my pick in just yet, but you could go over and get signed up. It takes about 30 seconds. You can do that by just going right on our main page right here on YouTube and clicking the blue link at the top. It'll take you right in, guys. Super simple, super quick. It's a lot of fun. We had a blast last year, and I know a lot of people were gunning for that top spot that RB got last year in CBS Pick'ems. A lot of people would have taken down, and I cannot wait for the competition, guys. So do go join the CBS Pick'ems, guys. It won't start till the first week of the season. However, I do want to say it is worth it, guys. It's a lot of fun. Everybody on the board, most of the people on the board get involved, and we see how we do. Everybody did really well last year, so I'm looking forward to it. I do want to say welcome and congratulations to Finchie becoming a member. He now has the access to the emojis. Finch is able to to Derpy put up his own teeth if, in fact, he wants to use an emoji. Finchie, welcome. Welcome to the membership as a new member, of course, from the show here. Let's continue on the board. I don't want to miss anybody today. Let's come right down here to Steel Loyal. There he goes. He has the terrible towel, the shush, the thunder, the listen, the TJ Watt. I forgot there's a TJ Watt emoji on there. Brother, Derpy, facepalm, game ball, goat, on the tube. It's all there, guys. Do go join today. Again, it's only $1.99. You can find that in the cushions of your couch. Again, there's no obligation. Do join. It is month by month, $1.99. Not too bad, guys. Let's do hop right here to Steel Loyal. Got to wear a jersey when the Steelers are playing. Maybe that's the problem. Maybe I haven't been wearing my jersey in the preseason, and this is why we don't win the Super Bowl every year. Perhaps if I wear it this year, we'll go all the way. These are my hopes. This is certainly what we'll try to do. I'm going to do my part. Let's go here to Corey. He says, I did it all preseason. Any excuse to wear my jersey. Okay, you guys make a lot of sense. You guys truly do make a lot of sense. As always, Corey says, Tortilla says, smelling salts up, smelling salts down, selling salts up. I don't know if these Penn State quips and rips are going to stop today, Derpy, but they're sure coming. Kenneth Jones in the house. He says, let's go, Howard. All right, there we go, baby. It's going to be all Howard. It's going to be all Howard tomorrow. We'll get into that here shortly. Nice seeing you as always, my friend. Kenneth in the house. Sick Jones says, I make the family wear them even preseason. I make my whole family wear them every game, even preseason. He says, I love it. Sosh in the house. What's up, brother? He says, what up, Ryan, my friend? And Derpy. Sosh, always great seeing Sosh all the way from Switzerland in the house, my man. Hope things are good for you. And I know you're a little bit ahead of us, so you get to the Steelers a little bit sooner than we do. Kind of. Sort of, in a way, but not really. Great to see you, my man, as always. I see Vegas in the house all the way from Las Vegas. Great to see you, sir. Let's go right here to Finch. Finchy says this, whoa, my teeth are now an emoji. I was trying to figure out what that was. There you go. You were a superstar, Finch, and you were also a member. Welcome. I'm seeing everybody displaying the teeth. One of my favorite emojis, to be honest. I see a Derpy. I see a Thunder. Everybody looking good here. Steeler Freak says Derpy wears a Steeler sumo thong on game day. The sumo thong. Also, let's go here to Steel Loyal. He says this, my life is complete. Finch used his own emoji. I can die happy now. Tortilla, my guy. There you go, everybody. Welcome to the show. Welcome back. This is 1018. The Queen will be back tomorrow, Sosh. He got to take his family to vacation before they go back to school. He tends to do this every year, so you know what? I can't bitch too much. He took his kids and they went to an indoor water park in Ohio. So he'll be back later on today and back to the show tomorrow. And again, he does a lot of little things that I guess I take for granted. As I was mentioning at the top of the show, it's not hard stuff. It's just stuff that he has to do. And then I got to get in there and figure it out as well. So I'm glad to have him back. Yes, you heard it. It's true. It came out of my face. I'm glad to have Mike. Not saying anything about Derpy. He's just miles and miles away, so it's a whole different situation. Sasha has no commitment by Mike, shaking my head, which is totally inaccurate. He's very, very committed, but he'll be back tomorrow for you, Sasha. I'll certainly let him know that you were asking for him. Guys, welcome back. Let's get into Steeler talk, shall we? Of course, the big news over the past couple of days is the how we are going to use our quarterbacks, Derpy, as we do play this game against the Jets on Friday night. It's going to be apparently the first half. Will Howard is going to get the start, and Drew Allar is also going to play. Whether that means he gets the whole second half, whether that means whatever. But we do know that Will Howard will be starting, and Drew Allar will be also playing. In Mason and Aaron will not be playing, so it's down to the two youngsters as we're trying to figure where we are while we're jockeying at quarterback position. We're looking at 2027. What's our starter situation? We have a big draft coming up. All kind of this, all kind of that. But at the end of the day, what we do know is the Jets tomorrow night will be facing first half Will Howard, second half Drew Allar. And this would be a good day for Mike to be here, Derpy, because these are both of your quarterbacks. So I would love to hear what he had to say, but I'm going to come to you since you are here. What's your thoughts on Will Howard getting the nod and then Drew Allar, of course, participating as well? No other quarterbacks, no Mason. Mike McCarthy says he's seen what he had to see from Mason last week. Just the two tomorrow. Derpy, your thoughts?
I feel like it's the right choice. Like I said, both quarterbacks were great in the first preseason, but Howard deserves the more opportunities because he was last year's pick. Even though Allar kind of outshined him in the second half, that everyone was just impressed for Drew. So I feel like giving the nod to Howard is the right choice by McCarthy. So.
You know what? I don't mind either way. I personally, as we talked early in the week, I thought it would be nice to see Allar play the top. That way he could get a little bit better look at the better competition. However, as you look at it, thinking ahead, this probably, especially if both quarterbacks have a productive week as they did last week, it's probably leading to an Allar first half next week against Buffalo, perhaps. Maybe Howard back to the second half, just switching the two roles. Again, if Mike McCarthy already seen what he had to see with Mason and figuring at this point Aaron's probably not going to play in the preseason, I would think the next natural step would be let Allar play the better competition next week. So again, taking it for what it is, I don't hate this. I actually like it. I like the fact that it's just the two guys. It's just Will Howard. It's just Drew Allar. Let them get out there and ball out and see, who appears to still have it after week one, after both of these quarterbacks were pretty impressive after that first game against the Jets. Terps.
I couldn't agree more, Ryan. I couldn't agree more.
Let's get back on the board here. I don't want to miss anything today. I don't want to miss anybody, guys, as we are back. We're getting ready for this Jets game. And just, again, two games left in the preseason. This time next week, we're going to be getting ready to wrap up the season with a game tonight. If this was next week against the Bills, of course, but we do have another AFC East opponent first. That is the New York Jets. Let me go right here to Corey. He says, Ohio, where winning is a myth. Also, I do want to say this. Todd Monken, he ended practice yesterday again early with the Browns because of more undisciplined play. He was so frustrated. He, again, how many times? They've only been practicing for so long. He's already wrapped up practice early in frustration. Again, yesterday, with more discipline issue, undisciplined play is what was written. He did shut down practice early. So if anybody says, hey, the Browns got a lot of good draft picks, they're going to be good. Just take a look what's going on at practice. It looks like the same Browns to me. I don't know. I don't gamble, but I know where my money would be if I did. Let's go here to Steel Loyal. How dare Mike spend time with his kids? What a loser, right? What a loser. Let's go here to Vegas. He says Vanilla Thunder found a woman that would let him go raw, or did they do IVF? You know what? I don't know what the hell's going on, but I'm pretty sure there was no women involved. Again, just a guess, but I'd put my money there. Let's go to Dude. Always great seeing Dude in the house. Afternoon, fellas. Great seeing John, my man. Welcome back to the show. He's ready for the big game tomorrow. Sosh says Nick Faribault says the Dolphins are a team to watch. They might be interested in Mason or Will. They sure as heck could be. I don't think it's going to be Will at this point. I'm going to be honest. I think you kind of have a good situation if you like both of these quarterbacks. This could be the future in a lot of different ways if you do, in fact, go that route. But let's see what Steel Loyal says. I'd rather see Allar versus the Bills ones than Jets, to be honest. Let's go here to Yinzer Joe. He says, I think McCarthy is just feeding the NFL what they want to hear about Rudolph so they can trade him. Perhaps. And you know what? You got to remember, Mason was the one that listen, he didn't do bad, but he didn't ball out. He was the one that didn't ball out. He held the ball late along a couple times, took a couple sacks, and McCarthy's seen what he wanted to see. What does that mean? He's seen what he wanted to see when, in fact, it didn't look great. There was nothing great, but at the end of the day, we could all have our theories there. Let's continue to move right here to, I'm going to go to right here to John. Dude says this, I'm a Howard fan. If they get even playing time, him and Allar, even assessment. And that's what it should be. You would think. Corey, don't drink that, says Deshaun Watson blowing it at practice. And Mark Malone says the Magnum is here long term. Dude says, you guys accessible near to the stadium. Are you going to be there, dude? We can figure something out. It's Friday. I mean, a lot of times during the week, things get gummed up because of, work and things like this. But possibly could make a trip over to see you. Let's maybe shoot us an email later. That way we could continue to keep in touch. We could figure things out. Let's go here to Corey says, translation, that motherfucker boring. I want to see the guys that will be on the roster next season. Got it. And Mark says, probably retire a Steeler in 10 years or so. Of course, Mason, he is talking about, guys, I do want to mention this. Not only did some people think that Drew Allar looked great, not only did some people think that he outplayed Will Howard. Guys, Drew Allar in the first week of preseason is third amongst eligible receivers with in their quarterback rating for the week. He had a 154. There was only 2 quarterbacks that had a higher quarterback rating than Drew Allar did. Drew Allar balled out. There's no two ways about it. I know Derpy's head's ready to spin and he's ready to give me hell, but at the end of the day, listen, Will didn't play bad. I'm not bad-mouthing Will. I'm just saying every time Drew touched the ball, it seemed like it turned to gold to me. But again, we will continue. Perhaps they come out and look totally different tomorrow. We don't know, but we do know last week that it looked pretty good for both of the young men. Let's go here to Steele. Allar is number one. If I had to take somebody right now, I would absolutely put Allar. But again, it's still really early. We come out tomorrow, and Howard could play a great game against the 1s and 2s, and Allar may not look as good as against the 3 and the 4s, which makes next week super interesting. But again, a lot can be told when we do watch the game tomorrow. So we're going to certainly be watching. Let's go here to Steele. He says he had the highest QB rating. Let's also go, guys. Let's talk to speaking of quarterbacks. I know. Let's stay on Will Howard for just a second here, Derpy.
Okay.
Mike McCarthy made your boy lose a lot of weight, apparently. Last season, Will Howard was playing at about 237. During the winter, he got up to 245. And Coach McCarthy apparently told him he's probably lose a little bit of weight. So now Will Howard, coming into tomorrow's game against the Jets, is coming in at 230, Derpy. 230 is what Will Howard got down to from the 245 winter weight. So that is also something to be said. Again, not as important if you're not a lineman, in my opinion, or a bigger guy, but it is something newsworthy, in my opinion, because, again, you may see a little more Will Howard than you've seen last year, and that's what that is all about, guys. Again, welcome to the show. Lots to get into. Guys on the board, any comments on these 2 quarterbacks, these 2 young men? This is where the spotlight is going to be tomorrow night. Yes, there's a lot of other things going on. There's a lot of other positional battles happening. But at the end of the day, most people are going to be tuning in to watch Drew Allar and to watch Will Howard. Steeler fans will be watching everything. The country will be watching those 2 quarterbacks, as it will be nationally televised, as it is the whole way through the preseason, guys. So, again, a lot of people are focused on this quarterback battle. We, of course, are watching running backs. We're watching the offensive line. We're watching the defensive line. We're watching the play of the inside linebackers. We're going to try to figure out what's going on in the secondary. So there's a lot of things that will be happening tomorrow, but the big quarterback battle between the 2 youngsters certainly taking center stage as the Steelers and the Jets do go at it in preseason game 2. Derpy, you know Will Howard better than I do. You know him a lot better than I do. Any anticipation? How do you feel that Will is going to come out and perform tomorrow? You think he's going to carry over from last week, or are we going to start noticing inconsistency in these quarterbacks, which is going to bring up a whole new conversation next week if, in fact, inconsistency is what we see tomorrow night?
I feel like it's a little bit of both for both quarterbacks. Inconsistency, because they're facing better comp, like 1s and 2s. They really haven't had an opportunity to face those guys yet. So we'll have to see what happens. Like you said, the next 2 games. Till then,
one thing we know, you'll be rooting for Will Howard.
Yes.
Another thing we know, that Mike will be rooting for Drew Allar.
That is true. Still loyal.
And this was something that was said by Mason Rudolph. Mason Rudolph says this, Derpy. He's rooting for the quarterbacks, the young men. However, he's jealous. He's jealous of the structure they had in the quarterback grooming system under Mike McCarthy. Perhaps if McCarthy was here 10 years ago,
yeah,
Mason Rudolph could be something different than he is. But as of right now, as his career just continues to trudge along, it is exactly what it is. We've seen him play last week, and he looked exactly the way he looked 5 years ago to me. He looks exactly the way he looked. He's the same guy. So at the end of the day, he will continue to root on the young guys, but there is a little jealousy, Derpy, because, again, perhaps have the situation been different here in Pittsburgh for him, he could have had a totally different career.
I agree.
Let's go see what's going on the terrible board, everybody. Again, welcome to the show. Throw your opinions up there. What's going on today? What's your thoughts on the quarterbacks tomorrow as Will Howard does get the ones and the twos, getting the start, his first start in the NFL, albeit a preseason game. Will Howard will be under center as the Steelers and the Jets take the field tomorrow at Acrisure Stadium, guys. Very exciting. No matter what it is, it's Steelers season. The regular season is just around the corner. As a matter of fact, 24 days. You know what that is? That is JPJ days from the Steelers kicking off against the Atlanta Falcons right here in Western Pennsylvania to kick off the season. And perhaps maybe today we could see a surprise contract sign. I don't know. Again, we're still waiting on that to figure out what's going on with our man JPJ. Let's go right here to Corey, don't drink that. Did I catch this? I don't know. He says, the things I looked for in Allar wasn't his completion percentage. I liked his footwork, his confidence, and the way he read the field. Those were my number one concerns from day one. And you know what? They all look pretty good. And granted, it was still, again, preseason game one, third and fourth stringers. But I agree with you 100%. Some of those things are things that you're looking for, regardless if you're playing in the against third stringers, fourth stringers, second stringers, whatever the case, footwork, confidence, those things of those nature. So, again, we did see that look good last week. Still Loyal says, Will Howard over under 25 rushing yards. I don't know. Again, is that, Derpy, that's for you. That's for you. Still says, Will Howard over or under 25 yards rushing?
Under? Yeah.
And I do want to throw this out. Speaking of running quarterbacks, you guys may have seen this, but our starter, Aaron Rodgers, he's only 40 yards away to lead every quarterback in rushing yards over 40 years old. Right now, Doug Flutie has that record. He has 212 rushing yards as an NFL quarterback as he was over 40. Tom Brady in second with 183. Rodgers with 168 as we speak also. And Vinny with 73. Vinny Testaverde, of course, and Warren Moon had 58 guys. So, again, he needs 45. 40 yards? 45. And he will be the new leader of that category. Will he be able to get that many yards rushing this season? I don't know. I don't remember exactly how he rushed last year, but again, that's a nice little chunk for a 43-year-old man. But if he does, in fact, manage to run for 40, I do believe it's 45 yards this season, he has 17 games. He will lead that category as well, passing Doug Flutie and Tom Brady, also being ahead of Vinny and Warren Moon. So just something, a little side number to keep your eye on through the season. One broken play, you could get a nice chunk of that. Let's go here to Steel Loyal. He says, well, it is the Jets. It is true. It is the Jets. Yidza Joe says they just need to move off of Rudolph. They know what he is, not the future. And if Rodgers goes down, Will and Drew need to play and find out what they are. If Aaron gets hurt, the season is over. Let's go here to Steel Loyal. He says this, agreed, Yidza Joe. If A-Rod gets hurt, our season is over anyway. Mark Malone says this, yeah, you got to think Magnum never even had a coach until he went to Tennessee. Let's go to the Yidza Joe. He says, Andre JPJ. Steel Loyal says, A-Rod will get it. Just needs 10 yards a game for 4 weeks. And you know what? It's not undoable. It's very doable. But is he even going to care? Is he going to focus on that? Is it even going to be anything that crosses his mind? We don't know. Again, just 45 yards away from being the best rushing quarterback over the age of 40 since they turned 40. And it's 45 yards that he needs. Let's go right here to Mark Malone. He says, I can't believe the human testicle ran that much. Hey, Vinny was a beast, man. Say what you want about the human testicle. He got it done in his own way. But Vinny Testaverde, yes, also on that list. Everybody, welcome back to the show. I do want to say this, guys. Do tune in on Saturday. We won't be live, However, we are going to have some network sharing right here on our page on Saturday. I'm going to have about 10 different podcast streams or shows being put on a playlist right here on our page. You could go in, read the descriptions of all these different shows, and maybe give them some attention. Maybe there's something that's going to catch your eye, maybe something that you're interested in, but there will be about 10 to 12 different shows right here on our page on Saturday. Stop by, check them out. If you like them, you like them. If you don't, you don't, but there will be a nice variety there for you to check out. Maybe some starters, some up-and-comers, just trying to share the eyes, if you will. Check them out. That is Saturday, this network sharing that will be. Let's go right here to Dude says, I believe that Rudolph will be traded before the season starts. It's a possibility. Steele says Mason will look funny in a Dolphins uniform. And then Steele Loyal says, would fit though, Mason Rudolph. Well, that is so true. What a perfect way to end the career, perhaps, of Mason Rudolph if he does, in fact, go to the Miami Dolphins. But that's what I'm seeing as well, guys. I'm seeing that the Dolphins, they are a team to watch. They're named a team to watch for a possible Rudolph trade. And again, I think it was Lindsay last show. She made the comment and said something along the lines of, I would rather lose with Allar or Howard than win with Mason Rudolph. And at the end of the day, that's probably right. I mean, the two kids are the future. Put them in place, see what they could do. If they could win, but the guys are right on the board. If Aaron does go out, it's going to be a long season the rest of the way. And again, with the new guys, they learn, they grow, they get better. They get that opportunity, they get the experience. And Mason, you're going to get exactly what it is you get from Mason. We've seen it many times when he steps in under center. Again, average at best. He's safe for the most part. He did throw an interception last year in his one opportunity to see gameplay, but at the end of the day, why not go with the kids at this point? They're both showing some promise, both showing signs of possibly being decent quarterbacks in the NFL. So I'm kind of right there. If you could unhaul Mason and possibly do good with that somewhere, I don't hate the idea. Sounds like Lindsay Steele Loyal saying. Let's stay on the offensive side of the ball, guys. Derpy, versatile Riley Nowakowski, of course, catching a touchdown last week from Drew Allar in the second half of the game. He's getting a lot of attention. Baldinger says, get used to saying his name. He's going to be a name that you're seeing and saying for quite some time here in Pittsburgh. Derpy, what's your thoughts on rookie Riley Nowakowski?
He's tough. I like him a lot. It would be a shame if we cut him, because there's a lot of guys that we picked up that deserve a spot, really. Some of the guys but I think he'll make it.
He falls into the category for me that I like this, because McCarthy said everybody's going to learn multiple positions. The receivers are going to learn all the receiver positions. The defensive line is going to be all over the defensive line. And I love this. Why would you not, for one? But for Nowakowski, this is something that's being said about him. And as a rookie, being able to do just that and do it well, you got to love it, Derpy. I mean, there's a group of 10 guys that we drafted this year. Some people may not make it. A lot of these guys will certainly make the squad. But at the end of the day, Riley Nowakowski is somebody that since camp started, through the first week of the preseason, he's a solid person back there. And again, you lose Connor Hayward. You lose Meatwad over the offseason as well. So you're kind of you're in need of a player like him. I think Riley Nowakowski could be, as Baldinger said, it could be a name you could be getting used to hearing.
I would like that very much.
I do want to mention right now that Steel Loyal is mentioning that it was just announced Geno Smith will start Friday. If you are tuning into the game tomorrow, watching the Steelers and the Jets, perhaps you're heading down to the stadium for the big game. Geno Smith will be starting for the Jets. So it's a Geno Smith, Will Howard.
Isn't this his second time back, Ryan?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, he was with the Jets before. He loved it so much. Things went so well last time, he had to go back. Let's go right here to Corey.
I feel bad for Jets fans, but I don't feel bad for Jets fans because they're the freaking Jets. You know?
I mean, they had one good year.
They won.
And again, I'm not even sure that really happened. Again, I have my theories. With 1969, the Mets and the Jets both win it out of nowhere. might have been a lot of acid being used that year, but I'm just saying the Jets did get it done in 69 on the Joe Namath prediction to beat Johnny Unitas and the Colts. And then the Mets, the Amazons, they win it in 69 as well. Let's go to Corey. Corey says Geno Smith is going to throw a pick in the first series to Asante Samuel Jr. Don't ask me how I know, but he's going to.
Oh, I guarantee he will throw a pick. I'm not sure he'll go to, but he's definitely throwing a pick.
Hey, Jen, great to see Jen in the house as always. You missed, I don't know if you missed Finch. He was here earlier, Jenny, with an I and an E, of course. No Y. Great seeing you as always here on the Terrible Board, Jen. I know you're ready for the big game tomorrow. The Jets at the Steelers tomorrow, 7 o'clock start. It is on national television, so nobody has to miss it. Let's continue in the offense, Derpy. Anything else? Anything else about Riley Nowakowski?
No, I just wanted to say something on the Jets quickly. Like I said, though, I think I said this Tuesday or Wednesday. Ironically, the last time they made it to the AFC Conference Championship, they faced us.
They sure did.
So
I gotta be honest. I'm about to turn all my lights off and sit here in the dark. I leave the windows in the studio open overnight, and then these little flyers come in the room.
Like
and then once I turn on the lights, they just flock. They flock here, and it sucks.
It looks nice though.
Man, I'm just gonna sit here in the dark. I think.
It looks nice though.
I appreciate that, man. Let's look right here.
Look at Corey.
What's up?
Look what "Don't Drink That" said.
Let's go right here to Cody. Corey. Corey says this wouldn't be funny if Browns and Jets played in the AFC Championship in 2030, and then CERN Collider comes back on and fucks up the timeline, and it never happened. Laugh. And then it all goes back to normal in 2031, and it's just like it never happened.
Right.
Everything will go back to normal.
That seems fitting for both those organizations.
I agree. Let's go here to Jen. Sorry, Finch, I had physical therapy again. Can't wait to get back tomorrow. And I do want to say Mike will be back tomorrow. He is wrapping up his vacation today. We'll certainly get details on that, guys. A lot of things coming tomorrow. I just got a few days worth of stuff we got here for Mike. Also a brand new loser prize in the Duquesne Pilsner trivia game tomorrow. So you're not going to want to miss that. If he does not get the question right, I think this one's golden. If he does not get the trivia question right tomorrow, I think that the loser prize is golden. You're not going to want to miss that, guys. That's tomorrow right here on the show. A little bit more. Some of these rookies, again, we talked Nowakowski, we talked the quarterbacks. This also said by Mike McCarthy. Little Eli, he's to get more opportunities tomorrow versus the Jets, maybe a little bit more than he had last week. I assume, again, are we going to see any Caleb? Is Caleb Johnson going to be getting more opportunities? Is Roman Wilson going to be getting opportunities? Again, we're watching the Steelers under a new coaching staff, a new system. Nothing is the same as it was. And also, how do you feel about preseason? About training camp? Do you feel that with the changes, is that going to benefit the Steelers ultimately overall? It was a very disciplined camp. However, they were still having discipline issues going into the game last week. It was a good quarterback camp. Quarterbacks look good. It was a no tackling camp, except for when Landon Roberts showed up there for a couple minutes there before the camp ended. But ultimately, all in all, are you satisfied with Mike McCarthy's inaugural training camp at St. Vincent College in Latrobe, Derby?
I think I am. It's just, can they perform? McCarthy definitely brought a different tone of energy or vibe to camp than Tomlin. Tomlin usually did what he usually did and was kind of laid back, just did his own thing, routines and stuff. But from everything we've seen and heard from camp and all the people that cover it, he's taking it serious.
That's what I'm saying. I mean, it obviously seems that it's more. They have to perform, though. Absolutely. At the end of the day, it seems like it's better and things should be better and the disciplinary things are better. And The way that it was ran is better. But again, there's no way to tell until they step on the field in 24 days against the Atlanta Falcons. I mean, you know as well as I do, these games tomorrow and next Thursday, they don't really mean much by the way of assessing how well your team is playing. You're basically watching positional battles. You're watching individuals at work. And again, it all coincided and came together well last week as we did beat Green Bay 28-9. So, you know, this week we're going to continue to follow that, follow the story and see how we think that's going to all play out for the Steelers. We're not going to know. We're not going to know quite yet, Derpy. 24, that is JPJ days until the Steelers do kick it off against Atlanta.
I'm confident in every position, everything than what we got. The only thing I'm not confident in was because what I saw at camp that one day. I told you the line looked very inexperienced from positioning. Just by positioning, they looked very off. I don't know if it was the day or because unless the defense was that good that day, I don't know. But they looked very inexperienced together.
That's, of course, a big concern, the offensive line. Are they going to bring it together? We made it through all the offseason work. We made it through training camp. We made it through game one of the preseason. And again, watching the offensive line, that first group, again, battling injuries, trying to figure out what's up, what's down. We're trying to figure out if we could switch sides, get guys here that were over there. And, you know, it's a huge question mark going into the season, unless I see something over the next couple of weeks that tell us otherwise. That's going to have to be my opinion. That's just how it's been. And that's a big part of this team this year, guys. You got the weapons. Now we want to figure out a way to keep the defense off your quarterback's back long enough to be able to utilize all those weapons. So again, that's a big storyline moving forward into this game. I'm going to continue to watch the defensive line, see what we get from the newly signed Keanu Benton, see what we get from second-year guy Derek Harmon, see what we get from all these young defensive linemen, Y.A. Black and Gabe Rubio. Rubio's getting a lot of attention. So again, the defensive line will certainly be watched heavily. And in my opinion, there's a lot. There's still a lot of things to watch, Derpy, as we're still learning. Let's get back on the board right here. I do want to go to Raul. What's up, dude? Always great seeing Raul on the terrible board. He says, glad to see Derpy is catching up to you with his beard. Yeah. Almost.
It was there a couple months. It was there a couple months ago, but because I shaved it like a couple weeks ago.
Looking good as always, you are, Derpy. Let's go right here to Mark. Mark Malone says, I'm wondering if Mike blew up the warehouse in Ohio. I don't even want to know what he did when he was in Ohio. What happens in Ohio stays in Ohio. Believe me, we don't want to hear any of it. Let's go to Steele. He says, Mike McCarthy says, okay, Caleb's going to play more. That's good. We have to, right, Steele? We got to get a look at what he does.
Do you think it'll fumble away the? Sorry. Do you think it'll fumble away the game like the Seahawks game?
No, I hope not. If he does, that's probably not good for him. But again, he's somebody else we need to see more. We need to see more of Caleb tomorrow, and he's got to bring it too. Again, under the new system, we don't quite know how McCarthy and company feels about Caleb, but we do know that in theory, he should still have a way to go as far as proving himself, not jumping off the pages in camp. And again, very little last week that we've seen against Green Bay. So we're going to be keeping an eye on Caleb.
He looks solid in camp, but everybody looks solid in camp. I mean, Kenny Pickett looked solid in camp and preseason. So do with that what you will.
No, Kenny did. He had a great preseason that year that you're talking about. My number one thing, I was thinking about it. What do I want to see the most? And there's a lot of things I want to see, obviously, as we're talking. My favorite thing I want to see Caden Weegan play football again. Caden Weegan caught my attention. He caught everybody's attention. He caught a football and ran it for 74 yards.
Yeah, I hope he makes the team.
I think that he's going to make the team. I'm excited to see if he could bring more splash playability, because again, last week he looked solid.
Well,
returns, nothing happened. He didn't break anything.
No, you cut out for a minute. You were lagging.
Oh, okay, my back.
Yeah, you're good.
So again, he went out there. He made a lot of plays, guys, and still saying to me he's going to make the team. There's no way that Weegan ain't making this team, but I want to see.
Right.
I want to see what he could do if he could break something on the special teams, because again, in these small doses, if you could continue to make those splash plays, you're just giving yourself such an opportunity. Last week, he makes the big 74-yard reception run, this close away from being a touchdown. And again, very solid on special teams. Confidence was there. Catching the ball on punts didn't look like it was anything that was bouncing around in his head. There was a lot that went on that was good. I would like to see a nice some kind of splash play on special teams. But at the end of the day, I'm watching Caden Weegan because I was most impressed with him last week. So to see him carry over and possibly make more splash plays tomorrow, again, that will be encouraging for me. And again, as Steele's saying, Weegan's not going anywhere. He certainly will 100% be part of this team. A couple guys at the end of the rookie list, I think are questionable. But as of right now, I think Weegan is a shoo-in. Let's continue on the board. Let's go right here to we're going to go to Steel Loyal. Steel Loyal, he does say this. He says, said, we haven't really had the opportunity to run the ball, just trying to get these quarterbacks going. That was by Mike McCarthy from Steel Loyal. Thank you for that, sir. Also, Corey says if he ate White Castle before then, I'm putting my money on yes, Mark.
That's a good one.
Let me go right here. I do want to say welcome to the show. Welcome to the terrible board to Fitness Addict 1974. He says it has been a while. I thought I recognized the name. Welcome back, dude. He says it's been a while. Hey guys, how goes it? Speaking of CERN, ever since that shit shut down, things have changed for the better in my life. Coincidence? I don't believe in coincidence. Let's go down and see what Corey had to say. Corey may have addressed it. He says, at Fitness, no such thing as coincidence. Maybe CERN was harvesting our energy. Guys, there we go. Check out Corey. Go check him out. I'm telling you, don't drink that right here on YouTube. You'll love it. Let's stop right here at Yinzer Joe. He says, the unknown and uncertainty of McCarthy and how he is going to handle the training of the players is what people worry about, but I feel comfortable with his head coaching stats, especially on offense. You know, and it comes back to me, Joe, is what was said earlier by Mason Rudolph, how he's jealous. He's jealous he didn't get the opportunity to be coached along like these young guys are. Again, could his career have been different? Mason coming out of college from Oklahoma State? Possibly at the end of the day. But he says this. He says, I'm jealous of the structure. I'm jealous of the structure they had in the quarterback grooming system that Mike McCarthy brought to the team, and makes you wonder what has been going on under the last regime for the last 10 years. I mean, Ben, of course, was certainly starting to fall off there at the end. He nailed it. Listen, don't get me wrong. He had a 5,000-yard season near the end, but he also wasn't the same quarterback. Why this just sat and festered and never got addressed. Again, you got to like what you're seeing from a new offensive-minded head coach. Again, Mike McCarthy coming in and making leaps and bounds as far as quarterback play and offensive play for the Pittsburgh Steelers. So again, like it, don't like it. It's working in our favor so far. We'll still continue. 1 out of 20 has been taken care of. We got number 2 tomorrow, Derpy, as the Jets again come to town to take on the Steelers in preseason game number 2. Dude says this, Broderick Jones might be starting by the season start. Ain't that insane? What's up, Jamie Carlo? Great seeing you, brother. Yo. And it's not out of the question, dude. Broderick Jones could be starting by the end of this thing. And as it continues to move along, Max is still out at camp. And, if he could outperform Dylan Cook, I mean, it's very possible at this point. And who would have thought? Who would have thought that conversation would be the conversation we would be having?
I'm kind of concerned about Fatanu, Ryan.
Just the overall?
Yeah, just ever since his injury.
Yeah. Well,
he's
Fatanu? Well, he came back last year and had a great season.
Yeah, but now he's just been holding a lot.
Yeah. See, I don't chalk that up. Listen, it might be having to do with something to do with switching sides, but at the end of the day, he put it together enough as a second-year guy to be mentioned many times as one of the better offensive linemen of the future, a tackle of the future. So again, let's hope that switching sides doesn't F him too bad. But again, I thought Fatanu looked damn good. A bunch of mental errors last week. These are something that we'll certainly be paying attention to tomorrow night as well. Did the mental errors continue? Did they fix that? And again, going from one week to the next, this is interesting because if you watch and pay attention to this is going to tell you a little bit, because this was a problem. Fatanu was out on the field making these mental errors. Is it going to carry over? Is it something that this coaching staff stepped in and fixed? Again, just a piece in the big puzzle as we're putting this all together with a new system, new coaches, new schemes, a lot of things of that nature. So again, let's see how the adjustments from week 1 to week 2 in the preseason look. And that's just the tip of the iceberg if you are looking and watching those kind of things, Derpy, because again, mental errors, pre-snap errors, these things have to stop now. You know, it's preseason. It's early in preseason. Still Loyal thinking he'll be fine. He's saying he'll be fine. This is just something that, again, we're going to see. Did it get taken care of? And then into next week, let's say it gets better. Let's say Fatanu comes out and does better. He doesn't make the same mental errors, but then next week he comes out and does. So again, it's, you know, a lot of coaching is also being observed here, but through the players by proxy. You're seeing the difference in coaching by things that you're seeing in the players. So again, that will certainly be something we'll be interested in keeping our eye on as well. Kenneth Jones says the fact that Caleb is buried in the rotation, that's not good for him.
No.
I agree. And I'm going to be honest with you, Kev. Unless something terrible happened last year that we don't know about, or he's just not being observed as that great of a prospect, I don't think a ball bouncing off a rookie's shoulder or whatever the hell hit him in Seattle and being recovered by a touchdown in a 2-touchdown loss. Let's say we lost by 5, 4, 3, 1 touchdown, anything of this nature. This is a different category. You can say this rookie, get him to the bench. This is a game that we lost by a couple touchdowns, to the Super Bowl champions, mind you.
And the Patriots. We beat the Patriots in New England too.
So it makes you wonder, Derpy, what else? What comes with What comes with Caleb that we're not knowing? There's no way. Yeah, exactly. Still, he had nothing to do with the loss. He made a bad play.
Yeah,
it led to a touchdown. But again, the Steelers still lose 31-17 or something of that nature, which is 2 touchdowns. So at the end of the day, what is it? What's going on with Caleb? Does he fall in that category with Roman Wilson? That we're sitting here shrugging our shoulders.
Maybe it's just rookie jitters. I don't know. Just like I said, all camp, everyone's been hyping him up. We're just gonna have to see how Caleb does. You know, hopefully he makes the squad because they ain't bringing 4 running backs. Yeah, I don't think they're gonna bring 4 running backs. And then I kind of want the Eli dude to make it. So more than Caleb. But
yeah,
that's me.
That's a question everybody. And most people are holding. Most people that love their Steelers and follow them all the time, they're wondering the same thing still. He says, it's just weird, man. I don't know, because he's a stud. It don't make sense. So, again, we'll see tomorrow. As Steele was saying on the board earlier, he's to get more opportunities. Little Eli to get more opportunities. We got 1 and 2 etched in stone. Let's take a look at these younger guys, see what they got tomorrow against the Jets. Let's continue on the board right here to great comment, Kenny. Great comment. Great seeing you, brother. Steele says this. Steele Loyal says Weegan is 100% making the team. He's my dude, man. I'm telling you, he's from that tree. He's from the same tree that Bill Belichick picked his average-sized white guys off of for years. And only Bill Belichick knew of this tree. It was like the Garden of Eden, like the one tree that you're not supposed to eat from. He was getting these guys that pretty much failed when they left New England. Where did Wes Walker go? He went to Miami, but where did he go? Was Julian Edelman? Could he? We don't know. He always managed to find these average-sized white guys, and I think we might have got one. with Caden Weegan, because this reminds me of somebody that I would have seen on one of those New England teams. He just does. And again, those guys kill you every time. What's that?
Skronik is one of those two in a way.
In a way. He's kind of like that. Remember when they had that Ben Hogan or whatever that Hogan's name was? He kind of reminds me of him in a way, but let's continue forward right here. Let's go to Yinzer Joe. He says this, it's a shame about Caleb. You don't normally cut a 3rd-round pick, but I think he will be a casualty. And again, it's a good question. We don't know.
We could see if teams.
You have Homer back there, Derpy. You have Johnson. You have Homer. You have
forgot about Homer.
Eli. So that's what I'm saying. Somebody's got to go. Somebody's got to go. Lou Nichols.
We could see if anybody wants him.
Let me ask you this. Derpy and the terrible board. What if Lou Nichols balls out tomorrow? Balls out. Because right now he's up. His stock is up.
Yeah.
What if Lou Nichols balls out tomorrow and comes out next week and balls out even more? What does that do to Caleb's chances? Considering Caleb doesn't ball out in the same way or anything of that nature, just
They might
continues to
trade
do
him.
what we've
Honestly,
seen so far.
Can you trade him or no?
I don't know. Do you want to trade? That's interesting. It's just interesting.
He's a
Because
third.
again-
I mean, he's a former third-round pick. I mean, maybe somebody will want him. for a
And that,
backup.
at the end of the day, that's it. He's a third round pick. So I mean, do you want to move this guy? Do you want to give another chance? And for sure, the thing that threw him off track was this. Threw us off track.
Yeah.
As far as him, was the mistake made last year in Seattle. And I don't think that it's a damning mistake. I think it's a rookie mistake. Yeah. But
Yeah.
I don't think you should drive the stake through this young kid's heart because of that one mistake that was made in his second game in his rookie season. I've seen players do this before. I remember Barry Foster doing this against San Francisco many years ago to start the season. Is that something to destroy a kid's career? I don't think so. So again, this is very interesting, this battle between running backs, Derby.
I just know they're not going to keep that many running backs.
And nor should they, you know.
Nor should they, right? Even though they deserve a spot, you know.
Let's go right here. Let's go to Mark Maloney. He says, hopefully the deal holes on punt. We'll set one up for him. Yeah, coverage got to be better on both sides, blocking and coverage. We're going to be watching that as well. Again, early preseason. Not surprised it didn't look great, but certainly something we're going to want to pay attention to. Tortilla says, I traded KJ in a 7th to Detroit for a 5th on Madden. At Mark Malone. Yeah, exactly. You know, it's going to take the whole special teams return team. It's not just, of course, Weegan. The blocking scheme should be coming along a week better anyway. Mark Malone says, I traded JPJ for a 7th. Steel Loyal says, that's just a bad ownership, Mark. Right here, the offensive line. That is what must finally get fixed this year, no matter what.
I agree.
And I forget who said it. Somebody said it.
Last 2 years weren't that bad. Last 2 to 3 years weren't that bad.
But somebody made a good point, and I think it's the human cheeseburger, not the usual fat man in Pittsburgh, but the other fat man. I believe he said it's getting a little late, and to just give them some more time. What should we realistically expect from the offensive line at this point? I mean, yes, your tackle is a rookie. I do get that. And this, the interior line has been something that this the ownership, Weedle and Kahn have been working on through the draft through quite a few seasons now, going all the way back to the draft of Broderick Jones, and then of course Fatanu and Frazier. At what point are we going to say, okay, they got to get it together now? This has to start coming together. Do we give them a free pass this season because they totally swap positions, totally swap sides? Or do we expect this offensive line to get it together this year and ball out? Because overall, there's an all-in mindset.
Yeah.
They went out and they got weapons. They went out and addressed all the problems that we thought that we had coming out of last season. We have a new coach. So again, should we expect this offensive line to get to that level that we planned for them to be at when they were building this offensive line? Or does this year get another pass? Because it's new sides, new positions, learning new stuff. Guys are injured. Does this can get kicked down the road anymore? And can we afford it to get kicked down the road anymore? Again, you're kind of all in. So the offensive line got to shit or get off the pot, you know?
I agree. Rodgers and McCarthy are all in, so it's shown all off season. And when I was at camp, Rodgers didn't look that comfortable when I that could be a concern, but I feel like it's such a long season, and we've seen it many, many times, Ryan, that it has come along, and they have gotten better. The only thing is that I would say is that they have to be on the same page. There's no excuse this year.
Derby, we have 24 days. We have 24 days. Is this offensive line? Are we confident in them in 24 days when the Falcons come to Pittsburgh and step on the field at Acrisure Stadium and get ready to play that first game of the year? Are we confident as fans that that's going to happen? Is this something that it's in the realm of our possibility? Or do you think that these lingering problems, again, it's kind of different, although it's the same. People could say Troy's had great success at left tackle in his career through college and whatnot. But at the end of the day, is this going to be something that's repaired and ready to go come 24 days from now, Derpy? Again, this is such a big part of what we have going on in the team. The Hogs up front, this is a big part of football. Go to any team that wins the Lombardi. They got something usually going pretty good with this offensive line. Can this offensive line get it together in time for Atlanta?
Yes. I do believe that. My thing, though, it's the Falcons. I'm not really concerned about the Falcons. They already have enough problems. But I do believe they'll be fine for the Falcons and for the first home game.
And I got to be honest with you, the Falcons look terrible. I did watch that game the other night.
They look terrible, too. They can't even decide their quarterback who it is.
But on the other hand, they look terrible. We look great.
Right.
And anybody will tell us that it's only the preseason.
Yep.
And I agree. So, again, give it 24 days. If Atlanta can get it together, they might be a good game. But what I seen in that game the other night, they were really, really, really bad. I mean, it was the common, it was the basic things. I seen offensive linemen blocking each other. So, again, these guys may not even be on the team in 3 weeks, but that's what's going on with Atlanta. Let's do step back on the board here. We're Jamie's in the house. Yo. Great seeing you, my friend. Jamie Carlo, my man. Let's go here to Big John Stud, middle name Mud. He says this Derpy is right. The offensive line is the problem and has been for a few years.
I mean, like I said, the last 2 to 3 years were fine. They gotten better over the years, like over the duration of the season, the last couple years. But having like inexperienced positions like. You know what I mean, Ryan? Like,
how long does this become an excuse, though? You understand what I'm saying? How long?
Yeah, gotcha.
Because it is your group of guys. This was the game plan. Okay, we're going to draft Max. He's probably going to be on the right, so we're going to have to move to the Taunton. I mean, this isn't anything that we threw at the players in the first day of camp and said, "This is what we're doing. Get out there and do it. Don't make any mistakes." So what I'm saying is there enough time? We made it from that point to now. Is there enough time for this offensive line to get it together? Again, get healthy enough for the most part, and to see a good product being put on the field again. I don't know if we can afford another. Oh, okay, they're still working. They're still trying to get it together. At some point, you're going to have to say, all right, guys, this is what we have. This is the Hogs. This is the front line. Let's go out there and do our thing, right?
Right. I agree. I mean, the whole point of this year is all in. Let's just hope that they're on the same page with Rodgers, because if they aren't, then that's the problem. That's the time to panic.
All right, let me talk about some. Go ahead.
But I agree. I completely agree with you, Ryan. I completely agree with you.
I do want to take a moment to say welcome to our one of my very favorite, because she's never missed a single question on the show when it comes to trivia. Lindsay, always great to see Lindsay on the board from right here in Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania. Lindsay in the house. Great seeing you, sister. I know Lindsay is ready. She's got kids playing football. She's ready for football. Steelers are starting football. Lindsay's probably out of her mind getting ready for the Steelers season, as the rest of us are. Great to see you as always, Lindsay. Welcome back to the Terrible Board. Welcome back to the show. Looking good with the TJ Watt emojis on the board. Let's go right here to Corey. Corey at Don't Drink That says, I don't think it would have mattered because he doesn't have the basics that most quarterbacks have. He doesn't trust his arm. He doesn't trust his decision-making, and he doesn't know when to set his feet. Let's continue right here. I would guess that was pertaining to Rudolph. Let's go right here and continue with Corey. Corey says this as well. Those are all the things he should have learned in college as a third-round quarterback. That's something he shouldn't have had to be taught. You either have it or you don't. Only he can change that. Let's go right here to Kenneth. Kenneth says Broderick Jones being starting right tackle would be bad news for our offensive line's hopes. It would mean things didn't go as planned. However, you're right, Kenneth, but is it going to be the injury? And the injury that keeps Max out, and where does that put him in his progress? Let's say listen, some people were saying at the beginning, they were saying, you know what, he's probably not going to start this year. Other people were saying that he was. But how does this impede his process of becoming that guy? Missing all this time, missing time at practice now, missing these preseason games. Again, he's a rookie. He was playing at Arizona State last year. So again, the questions on the offensive line seem to be the question on everybody's mind. Steel Loyal says, I think Troy will be fine. Of course, Troy Fatanu he's speaking about. He says, I'm worried about that right side big time, though.
Yeah.
And on one hand, we see ourselves as a competitor. We see ourselves as a chance to win in January. I sure do. But on the other hand, there's a right side of the line issue on offense that we can't just tuck under the rug. This becomes a big part of how the game is played by the Steelers, Derpy. Run game, pass game, everything in between. That right side of the line is going to be certain. If we know that's a problem, whoever's going to be preparing for us come regular season, they're going to know it's a problem. And they're going to try to take advantage of it, of course. Let's continue on. Let's go right here to Tortilla, Mark Malone. Take me home to a place where I belong. Aliquippa, take me home. Let's go right here to Steele. He says, yeah, can't blame the whole lot. No, absolutely not. You know what? The loss wasn't his fault. He made a mistake. Unfortunately, it turned into 7 points.
Yeah.
But it wasn't his fault we lost to the Seattle Seahawks. Come on. It was a team effort. The team got beat that day by 2 touchdowns, again, remind you. And a lot of people do still try to pin that on Caleb for some reason. Let's go here to Yinzer Joe. He says, I think they're just taking the extra precautions with Max. And you know what? If that's the case, I'm cool with it. Get him healthy. And, that's the best case scenario, I think, right now. Let's go here to Steele. He says, it's just weird, man. I don't know because he's a stud. It doesn't make sense. I agree. Going back to, of course, Caleb. Big John Stud, middle name Mud, says this. The Steelers owe the next quarterback, whoever it is, a run game and an offensive line that can protect him and assist with his growth against NFL talent. They don't have that now. Let's go here. Steel Loyal says, the Garden of Eden. I think we got one too, Ryan. Let's go right here to Benny Sco. Benny Sco is that crash out white. Okay. I'm going to take your word. Let's go to also Steele again. He says, Florida man, but he's not from Florida. LOL. Gotcha. Let's go right here to Dude. Dude says this. Some teams will shit up Caleb. I think is what he's saying. Up Caleb Johnson in. We'll be sorry. Well, shit. Not sure what's being said there. I apologize. Yinzer Joe. He says Yinzer Joe says Nichols and Homer would make the team over Caleb. From what I've seen so far, performance-wise, and again, we're only going off of one preseason game.
Yeah.
I would think Lou Nichols certainly. Again, having a strong preseason. I liked him last year. Mike made fun, but he was the one running back of the latter running backs, of course, that continue to make way in preseason games. Competition, again, you could put that out there. But at the end of the day, when you're comparing what the guys do, Lou Nichols looking good as he did last year, I thought. Let's go right here. Let's go to Mike Carr. What's up, dude? Welcome back to the show. Welcome back to the Terrible Board. Terrible Board. He says this. No one's going to keep third-round road running back that doesn't do special teams. That is a good point. Let's continue forward. Great seeing you, Mike. Welcome back, dude. Let's go here to Yinzer Joe. He says this. Teams won't trade for him. They'll just wait till he is cut. Unless somebody needs, right? Somebody might be in need enough to make the move. You never know. There's some desperate teams out there. Tortilla, my man. He says if Nichols is in 4 quarters, that's like 20 nickels. I always learn something. Certainly, there's certainly a little bit of education every day right here on this show. Let's go back to Kenneth. Kenneth says, I think Caleb is not running with the same vision as with Iowa. He knows he's on the fence, but still doesn't show out with the few chances he gets. That's going to be the unfortunate downfall for him. He's not taking advantage. Of the opportunities, albeit it's not a lot of opportunities and not the most opportunistic opportunities. But again, you're just not seeing anything. You're not seeing anything for Caleb, unfortunately. Again, the word is he'll be playing more this week, as will Eli, and I'm sure as will Homer. So we'll continue to keep an eye on that battle. Let's go back to Corey. Don't drink that. He says, I wonder if KJ was someone else's pick and Tomlin didn't want him because he gives players a chance after chance. He quit on KJ instantly. At least that's the way that it seems. At least that's the way that it seems. It seems like he's the redheaded stepchild of the group. No matter what happens, he just it's weird, man. Let's go here to Tortilla. He says Bill Belichick found white boys like McDonald's finds Mexicans. It's not that's up there on my that's up there on my game ball. But let me continue. That
might be game ball.
That might be game ball.
As of right now.
If it was Home Depot, I could have possibly threw the game ball now. But McDonald's is really good too. Let's go here to Steeler Freak Big John Stud. Middle name Mud says this. Mike McCarthy is known for dynamic offense and also coaches a team with discipline problems. And I like that as well.
Yeah. I
think we were in need of that. Listen, guys were sitting up on the benches smoking cigarettes and pounding 40s during the game. That's not the discipline we're talking about. The discipline we're talking about is what Mike McCarthy is bringing, and his practices are just that. They're very calculated. Everything is just so calculated. Again, the discipline that comes with a coach like McCarthy, I'm excited about. So we'll see. We'll see if it sticks with our Steelers guys. Again, it's the little things. It's the things that you learn on day one. So hopefully they can get back to that. Let's go here to Lindsay in the house. Always great seeing you, sister. Always great seeing Lindsay with the TJ Watts up on the board, looking good. Kenneth says this, hard truth, a couple of our offensive linemen are not strong enough to handle the power rush. They should have hit the weight room. You know what? I kind of get the same vibe, dude. I kind of get the same vibe on that.
What I saw at camp, I very much agree.
Let's go here to John. Big John Stud says KJ can't block or catch. Rodgers doesn't trust him. He is off A-Rod Island. So it's another thing. He didn't work out for Tomlin. So he's not on, Aaron's good side. So let's just say he makes it. Does next year give him the opportunity? I mean, because Tomlin's not going to be here. A-Rod's not going to be here. Do you give him another year to see? I don't know. I don't know. Again, Lou Nichols is looking good. I'm just going to say that. Let's go back to Mark Maloney says, Flug and IMAX being out is no good.
Nope.
Let's go here to Ian Joe. Caleb was a wide zone runner. I don't think he was Tomlin's pick. Maybe he was Smith's. Possibly. Let's go here to Tortilla. Trade IMAX. Also Steel Loyals. Squeege. Great seeing Squeege in the house. You can catch Squeege's content this Saturday right here on our network, guys. Again, we are doing the network sharing Saturday. There's going to be about 10 to a dozen different new podcasts, streams, things of that nature. Maybe we're trying to get some exposure. Come check them out. Hit some follows, hit some likes. Maybe you might find some things that you'll like long term. Guys, a bunch of different stuff this Saturday on network sharing right here on the Two Dumb Yinzers YouTube page. Again, Corey will be featuring Don't Drink That. Also, Squeege's work as well. Go check Squeege out today, just as it's written right there on your terrible board. He does some really cool stuff, and that I guess a lot of people do. I'm just not real familiar with it, but what he has done just recently, I am a big fan. So again, we'll be featuring him here Saturday. Also Corey, amongst others. So don't miss that, guys. Come check out, and you might, again, find something that you really like. Let's go here to Somber. Somber, my man, all the way from Los Angeles, California, says Doug Nestor was in KJ's lap on his first carry. Jaheim Bell was in his lap on his second carry. Either people don't watch tape or they just don't know ball. Pick one, I guess. Mark Malone says, yeah, to hell with the bastard. Let's go to Mark. Yeah, I mean, if we're Doug Nestor and Jaheim Bell, yeah.
Yep.
Let's go right here. Let's go to Mark. He says, as long as we keep Mason.
Of course, Mark.
Lindsay, she says,
Mason.
Lindsay says, ready for some football for sure. Sun scrimmage next week. I cannot wait. That's awesome. I know Derpy's got his high school football soon.
Yep, tomorrow.
The Whippeal's about to kick off. Lots going on, guys. College would be right around the corner as well. So we waited all year. Here it is. Thank you. Always great to see you, Lindsay. She says trade Mason. Let's go to Steel Lawyer. He says somber, a little bit of both. To somber in return, and reply says sounds about right. Steelers freak John. John says, desperate trade, don't expect much. Lindsay says, how long is Max out with that injury? I think they're being precautious now. He perhaps could be ready to get back in, but again, no complaints at camp about the injuries. Everything kind of seems under tow. Nothing seems to be any more extreme than what we know. IMAX, of course, the two receivers getting good word yesterday that, they're looking good. Our two starters, of course, and being said that Jalen Ramsey will be plenty ready when the season starts. And also Deshaun Elliott, my fault. He declares himself healthy, and he said he's ready to play ball. So, I mean, taking a player's stance, sometimes you have to wait to see what the coach says, but he's ready. It's time to play ball. But as far as the injuries, again, not too much concern at Steeler headquarters at the moment. So we'll stay optimistic on that for now. Let's go right here. I do want to say Squeege says this, these past couple of days have been extremely difficult for my family, and I just want to say the show has brought me one of the few smiles to my face. Sincerely appreciate you guys. Go Steelers, and we appreciate that, Squeege.
Yes.
And that means a lot to us, and I do want to say hope things start shaping up for you on your end. Sometimes life can be rough. I can certainly attest to that, my friend. And if you need anything, don't hesitate to hit us up, sir. Squeege, everybody, there's Squeege.
Squeege.
Mark Malone, he says this, shot nobody knows Lindsay. Lindsay says, I seriously haven't been paying attention yet. Mark Malone says, yeah, they're not saying anything. Somber says, Nichols and Hurlman are practice squad Avengers. It was weird seeing Hurlman in that number 84 last week, wasn't it?
Yeah.
What was he, something like 25 or something that along that line prior? Seeing him in 84 threw me off. I didn't know it was him at first.
Hurlman's the tight end, right?
I think Hurlman, yeah. Where is, I thought he was a back. What is Hurlman anyway? Guys, is he a receiver? Is he a back? I don't even know what Hurlman is supposed to be officially. Let's go here to Steeler Freak. He says, too much time, effort, and draft picks for the production. The team can still be Super Bowl competitive if you can't be ready to bring in a young quarterback like it did for Ben. Let's continue. Let's go right here. Lindsay says, the more you know, the more you know. Dude says, some team will pick up Johnson and we will be sorry. And that totally left an opening for Mark Malone with one of his comments. And that's okay. That's a good. Okay, there you go. So Derpy Sommer saying he's a Swiss Army knife. He's like a wide receiver, running back, corner.
Okay.
34. That's right, Torty. He was 34 last year. Now 84. Some team will pick up John. Yeah, I think that Mark Malone squandered an opportunity there. Some team will pick up Johnson and we will be sorry. I was totally expecting Mark Malone to be right underneath of that with one of his Johnson remarks. But let's go here to see what John says. Following that up, I think that this year the offensive line will come together as a complete unit because of the new coaching staff. I hope you're right, and then Lindsay agrees with you. Let's go here to John. Steeler Freak says, I believe Rodgers gets a real big vote with the skill players. I don't think he is comfortable with KJ. Steel Loyal says it's time for a bong rip. Yeah, baby. Early today, but it's warm. No, is it ever too early? It's like the breakfast of champions. Let's go here to Lindsay. She says this, when you don't even know what KJ can do to get rid of him is insane to me. And that's what I'm saying, Lindsay. Let's just say he passes the test this year. Is the lack of Tomlin and the lack of Aaron and just kind of the new start next year without, moving forward, does that put KJ in a better position to succeed next year? Again, supposed to get more looks tomorrow, so we'll be watching closely what these backup running backs do. Again, you may not see these guys too much during the regular season at all.
Right. If
Rico and Jalen stay healthy, I mean, you're going to get a heavy dose of them. You're going to get some third down help from one of these backs. But at the end of the day, a lot of attention being put into a guy that, again, if everybody stays healthy, should be minimal as far as the offense. Perhaps things are being installed here and there. But at the end of the day, he is a third running back, but the battle is no less intense. Let's go here to, we'll be back to some new topics here in just a second. Let's go here to Somber. It's idiotic, Lindsay. It's absolutely idiotic. Corey at Don't Drink That. McDonald's hires more potheads than specific races. They love having stoners work in the kitchen. There's a reason the large fries come out looking a little medium. And I got to be honest with you. I like a pothead in the kitchen. I'm going to be honest. These guys, they could throw together anything. You could go to somebody's house that has potato chips, a jar of mustard, and a pickle. And if they're a pothead, they will throw something together that's 100% delicious from that potato chip, that peanut butter, whatever the hell I said, mayonnaise, and that pickle. They just do. They just do. I would love to have more potheads making my food at the end of the day. They know food. They understand the concept of the munchies. Potheads belong in the kitchen. Let's continue forward. Let's go. Lindsay seriously is. Of course, some were saying idiotic. Let's go to John. He says, I have a 12-inch black and gold bong named Terry Bongshaw. And Terry Bongshaw is on the Hall of Fame on this show. Terry Bongshaw will never be taken down. He is a Hall of Fame moment of this show. Terry Bongshaw. Again, John, great seeing you back. Squeege says, hit the like, guys. Hey, appreciate that. Squeege, as always. Let's go to Somber says, KJ can't block or catch. Meanwhile, Homer is getting ran over for sacks. Yeah. Perhaps that's what it was. Maybe they were just trying to get that heavy dose of Homer out of the way. Maybe tomorrow we'll see either KJ or something else getting those particular reps. But he had a lot of reps, especially in the first half. Homer did. Somber says, shut the fuck up. Also, Steel Loyal says, I haven't eaten McDonald's in like 6 years. LOL. It's certainly not like it was. It's everything costs so damn much money.
Yeah.
I never thought I would live in a day where I would pay $10 for a burger. And I'm talking about burgers from these kind of places. I mean, cheeseburger, and places like that you'd expect. Five Guys, but at the end of the day, it's where we're heading, unfortunately. Let's go down here to Squeege TV. My man says, where did he go?
Squeege.
All right, right here. Squeege says, you guys are sharing my videos Saturday. That brings me so much joy in a troubling time. Hey, no problem, brother. You and Corey were the first ones we considered when we were talking about this. So we're glad to do it. We're happy. We're excited. And hopefully it brings plenty of new eyes and helps everybody out. That's what it's all about, guys. Let's go here to Kenneth. Kenneth says this. Talk about Caleb Lou.
Uh-oh. Uh-oh.
Nichols has looked good for a couple. I've said the same thing for about I think I'm back. You hear me okay, Derpy? Can you hear me, Derpy?
Yeah, we're good. We're good.
Okay, thank you. Let's go here. Squeege says, I'm trying to get the next episode done, but me and my wife are currently taking full-time care of her father, so it's been pushed back. Bro, you got to do what you got to do, man. At the end of the day, that's what it comes down to. Yeah, this is fun, and, we all have fun doing this, but ultimately, you got to do what you got to do. That's, that's the real life. Let's continue, but we're right here with you, and we're right here for you, brother. Hopefully it all comes together. Let's go to John. He says, Derpy, Rodgers was the fastest at throwing the ball. They were like 26th in running. Ass, no excuses. Lindsay says, good, I need Ramsey and Elliott ready. Absolutely. The secondary, listen, the secondary is concerning me.
Yeah.
But it doesn't seem like it's concerning the Steelers, so I'm staying cool. I'm not letting it worry me too much. But again, Jalen hasn't played a minute in camp. Ramsey, of course, and then Elliott coming back off that injury. There's certainly questions. JPJ with his contract. So, I mean, there's certain things that make you a bit concerned for sure. But again, the team doesn't seem concerned just yet. So I'm not going to be. Corey says he's an exciting white. Of course, Hurlman, they're talking about. Somber says wide receiver, cornerback, running back. He is a Swiss Army knife guy. Terrible number for a wide receiver. Steeler freak John, he says this. I think they get rid of Mason and Rodgers gets hurt. Rooney will hire another old vet. I don't think his logic lines up with the fans' desire to see their guy. Lindsay says, I don't know. I just want to see what he has before we get rid of him. Absolutely. Squeege right here. Squeege says, I agree. I think the refresh in staff will result in the players and coaches really rallying around each other to get this started off strong. I feel great things coming for Pittsburgh.
Heck yeah.
Aaron, always great seeing Aaron. Aaron Williams on the board. I'm more concerned with our protection for our quarterback. Let's go right here. And again, our quarterback is 43. Has a quick release, but he is still 43. John says S, correct. Squeak. I'm sorry. Squeak says this somber. You all right, brother? You seem super moody. LOL, cheer up, man. Football's around the corner. Let's go right here to Sick Jones, all the way from across the country. He says, I'm a huge pothead. You'll have to come to Washington State. I'll cook you up something delicious. And I have no doubt that you would. I'm pretty sure that you're probably one of the best cooks on the board. Of course, I don't know that, but let's go Sommer. Sommer says, I'm fine, man. I'm fine. All good in the hood. Right here, Squeege says, good. LOL. Still Loyal says, nah, Somber is right. Laugh my ass off. People forget their football knowledge when it comes to KJ. Lindsay says, it's this weather in PA, shaking my head. Hasn't stopped raining since August started, which, again, is usually very hot. The rain is not quite this much in August. Squeege says, laugh my ass off. It's the Derpy Show. The Derpy Show now. Tortilla says, Derpy flashed us while you were gone. I was wondering what the hell was going on.
Hey, you can't prove that. You can't prove that, Tortilla.
He says you can't prove that. Corey says, come on, Derpy, carry us the rest of the way. You froze hard, brother. Let's go to Squeege Derpy with the double D's. Squeege also says, just effing with you, bro. It's all good, man. That's what we do when we do what we do. Lindsay says, there it is. Lindsay with the naked Derpies, guys.
Oh, there it is.
One of my favorite parts of the show is the naked Derpies. Let's go here to Corey. Corey says this. You froze like Chris Farley when Ryan froze Schneikes. One thing I do want to say here. Hold on, let me grab Somber. Somber says Packers first team couldn't score on our backup secondary. I'm not concerned. This was said, guys. This about Chris. This was from Chris Carter, not the superstar, not the Hall of Famer, but Chris Carter from here in the media. Guys, let me know what your thought is on this. I don't care for it, and I don't think I don't agree with it. Chris Carter says this, guys. Aaron Donald doesn't have the same fire that he had last year. He doesn't seem to be as passionate that he was last year. I don't see that. I see Aaron Rodgers. He's comfortable. He's more comfortable this year, as he should be. And again, with the coaching staff, he's more comfortable in a way. But Chris Carter from right here on our media here in Pittsburgh, Derpy, saying Aaron Rodgers doesn't have that same fire this year. He doesn't seem to be as passionate. What's your thought on that?
Maybe he's just going through the camp, the easy stuff for now, and then he'll lock in. You know what I mean?
I don't think that he doesn't look passionate. I mean, I don't. The thing that what he's saying, he doesn't look like he has that fire that he had last year. I think he does.
I disagree with Chris.
I think he certainly seems more settled down in a way. I don't think that equals not having as much fire, not being as passionate.
Right.
Again, he seems more confident. The guys he's around, he knows better. His former head coach is back with him. So again, at the end of the day, I don't know that I agree with that at all. I don't see it. I think that he looks plenty fired up and ready to go. And again, it's a little different this year. So again, what you seen last year naturally would end up being different. Let's go right here. Let's go to Steeler Freak says this. Number one, banking on Rodgers making it all season is risky. It's true. I mean, he did do good last year. He only missed a game with a broken wrist. I like that. So again, but we've seen in New York, he wasn't so lucky. So again, number one on Steeler Freaks list, banking on Rodgers making it all season is risky. Number two, Roney wants to stay competitive for cash. Number three, Mike McCarthy has no investment in Howard. Number four, Allar has a stronger arm. And number five, Howard could be in trouble. Let's go here. Smells like a homer, Sommer said. Lindsay says, I'm proud of myself. I don't say what actually comes to my I think that everybody falls in that category for sure. And I think this is what causes a little bit of issues around the world. Now you have 8 billion people who all have an opinion in a voice. So again, you know how that matches. Get $8 billion of anything and just throw it all together and not give it any filter. I think we definitely all fall in that category for sure. Let's go here to Corey. Don't drink that. Yeah, but quick releases turn into checkdowns fast when the line can't protect, and then every yard feels like an Iron Man match. Let's go here to Steel Loyal. Overheard from a Bills defender during a joint practice with the Browns. This shit checked down city. Again,
right
Browns
back,
closing down practice. What's that, Derpy?
I'll be right back. Give me 1 second.
All right. And again, yesterday, the news from Browns practice. Coach shuts it down early once again after undisciplined play by his Cleveland Browns. So again, things are going just as you would have expected with the Cleveland Browns. Good as always, for us anyway. Let's go to Tortilla. He says Chris Carter needs to smoke a cigarette and shut the fuck up. Shut the fuck up. Tortilla said, and you know what? I stand strongly behind him. Dude says Rodgers seems more comfortable at ease and with what he has to work with, and the coaching scheme is going to help him. I agree. Again, I don't see what Carter's talking about at all. At all. Steeler Freak says if a quarterback's main attack is a short yardage check down, that is very easy to defend, as it was last year. We were wondering, as we kept checking down, why things weren't good. And again, this is why you got to consider we're probably going to be pretty good, considering we were all check downs, no receivers, Arthur Smith, all the issues that we had. And this team still manages to win the division, go 10-7 and make the playoffs. So with all these people counting the Steelers out at this point, it's still in my mind is crazy, because last year, with your backs against the wall, not having ideal situations, we certainly did well enough. So again, adding and fixing all these spots that were questionable questions, you would think that again, naturally they would play better. But again, we will see. Let's go right here to. Okay, we did get that. Let's go here to Samba. Samba, my man from Los Angeles, says this. He says, where is Carter getting that from? He hasn't even played football. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I don't know. Maybe just his demeanor around camp. I'm not sure. He says he doesn't see the fire. Let's go here to John. John says this. What makes things worse is that they can't dominate on the ground either. Let's go. Corey, don't drink that. I trust the word. He says he's a sale. Maybe I don't trust a word. He said he's a salesman. He's another hot take guy. Okay, I don't trust a word. He said he's a salesman. He's another hot take guy to me. But then again, my memory of him is a little bit fuzzy behind his 40 ads an episode. Half his podcast is trying to sell shit. And maybe if he was focused not so much on selling shit, he can see that Aaron Rodgers looks damn ready, right? Let's go to Tortilla. Bro wants to make it with Rodgers. Squeege says this. He says, agree, Steeler Freak, but the difference is McCarthy and not Tomlin, who somehow had 4 coordinators run the same scheme. Corey says most of the people we argue with are bots anyway. Tortilla says the dead Yinzernet theory. And then there's Lindsay. She cannot wait to see TJ Watt. And you know what? In a totally heterosexual way, I'm right there with her. I can't wait to see what TJ got this year, Derpy. I do think that I hope that he has a pickup bounce back season and just kills it this year. We could certainly use it. And Lindsay follows it up by saying, I cannot listen to Chris Carter. A lot to get into still, guys. Let's look at what the first, I want to say this. Deshaun Elliott. Why do I keep saying Watson? Deshaun Elliott, guys, slams PFF. He says they don't know football. Do we agree just yet? Let me finish this next part, and then we will make our we will give our answer right here. PFF has the Steelers in the top 10. Their defensive line in the top 10. Behind the Rams being number 1 with the top defensive line in the league. The Texans being number 2. Of course, we've seen that defense in January. Number 3. The Pittsburgh Steelers, according to PFF, number 4, the Eagles, 5, the Seahawks, 6, the Broncos, 7, the Ravens, 8, the Bengals. Is their defensive line that improved? Number 9, the Jacksonville Jaguars, and number 10, the Lions. The Lions is the top 10 defensive lines, according to PFF. Do we agree? Do they know what they're talking about? Does Deshaun Elliott make a point here? or are they sometimes right, sometimes they don't? Because it's so hit or miss, Derpy, with what the PFF. Sometimes people, again, with this defensive line, a lot of people are going to agree with that. They're going to say Steelers got, top 5 defensive line. And other times they're totally out of their minds. So again, Deshaun Elliott making it clear on how he feels, saying that the PFF, they just don't know football, Derpy.
I agree on both. PF, whatever it's called, just most of the time they don't know what they're talking about for football.
See, I'm right here with good.
I kind of somewhat agree that we could be that good on the D line.
Still Willis saying this. I don't trust PFF. They don't even get their stats correct. That's what I'm saying. They're really hit or miss, and it's hard because, and I hate to keep using this as an example because I know a lot of people love them.
Right.
But as they continue to put Cam Hayward before you watch your football games on Sunday, at the very beginning during the interviews, "Hi, I'm Cam Hayward, Ohio State." That them at the bottom of the screen continuously says number 1 defensive tackle in the league. Is Cam Hayward the number 1 tackle in the league? So again, there's always wiggle room. 1? He's been number 1 within the past season. He's not now. So again, there's always wiggle room with PFF. You just never know. Tortilla says PFF stands for peeing further forward. Again, I don't want to stay off the messages too long. Getting ready to head into this second preseason game against the Jets tomorrow night. Everybody's voice always matters a lot on the Two Dumb Users. That's what it's all about, baby. Steeler Nation getting their voice heard. Let's go right here to Steeler Freak John. He says, asking Rodgers to take a hit at 43 is a big ask. Human nature and self-preservation kicks in when the big boys are chasing him. The offensive line must give him confidence and balance things with a run game. Squeech says, this prediction, we are the reason this Shador gets benched and are the reason Deshaun calls it quits and goes back to Tugtown. That'd be nice. It's possible. Again, still loyal with the PFF. Lindsay says, we do, but they suck. I don't listen to them. Tortilla says PFF stands for peeing further forward. Steeler Freak says this about Chris Carter. He says Chris Carter is the pre-law used car salesman who likes to talk like an auctioneer. He is an ultimate ball washer. Somber says Manti Te'o said the Steelers will have a top 10 defense on Good Morning Football this morning. You know what? If we do, awesome. More power to us because, again, I think we got a damn good team. I am optimistic about this team. I think we're going to win a lot of football games. I think Mike McCarthy is going to bring it. I think Aaron Rodgers is going to be just fine. I just do. Again, in our division, there's a lot of question marks. The Browns are the Browns. They're showing signs of that early. The Bengals have their holes. Yes, they could probably put up 40 points any given weekend, but they certainly have issues as well. And Baltimore is still trying to pick up the pieces at their center position. And there's a lot going on in this division that's saying, you know what, you're not in a bad place, Pittsburgh, with what you do have going on. Cody says this, Derpy's knockers are taking middle stage for the Jets. Let's go to Steeler Freak John. He says, no, S is the ultimate clickbait pencil neck who just makes shit up for engagement time. Squeech says, permission to use Derpy's jugs once I get to the Steeler side of my content would make a hell of an entry. Absolutely. Derpy, Squeech, does Squeech have your permission to use your
no.
No, yeah, see, I give you permission.
No.
Don't listen to no. You have permission, Squeech.
No.
By all means.
I mean, if you want to get taken down for having that content, but hey, because YouTube will take you down for it. So.
Oh, well, let's not worry about YouTube. Don't worry. I don't worry about YouTube. I'm just worried about your titties. I'm just worried about your titties here.
Just saying.
Squeege, go ahead. Let's continue. Let's go right here to Joe. He says, Maya Kime said the same. Everyone thinks it's top 10 defense, but it's questionable offense. Let's go to Cody. Mike McCarthy's going to bring the Permani sandwiches. Tortilla Noah's wife makes a mean casserole. Squeech says, I'm not. We're putting your titties somewhere. I don't know where, but Steeler says It's going on Pornhub. Yes. Let's see what else. Let's see what else we got here, guys. A little bit about Roman. Of course, the questions are still out there. He played last week, got plenty of snaps, 1 catch, 1 target, I think 7 yards, if I'm not mistaken. This was said by Andy Weedle. Andy Weedle says, we're excited. We're excited about Roman, but he says he says he sees his growth. He says, but he acknowledges we still have a long way to go. We still got a long way to go with Roman. He kind of falls into that Caleb category for me. He still has a long way to go. How long can this go? He's in his what is this? The third season? Again, for Andy Weedle to say that kind of made me scratch my head a little bit. He says we see Roman's growth. We're excited, but he acknowledges we got a long way to go in Andy Weedle's eyes. So again, I'm not quite sure. We'll get another look at Roman Wilson tomorrow. Again, last year just wasn't in Aaron's clique. Apparently, he got a catch last week. So again, I'm not real sure what Andy Weedle means by that. But he says, in quote, we still got a ways to go with Roman. Let's go right here. Let's go. Right here. Squeech says, would be a shame if Derpy's tits ended my career. Corey says, that Steeler freak I can't stand. No, he always has a stupid take like Kabuli. It's like he was trained by Kabuli. He's a huge Kabuli boy. Does Squeech have permission to use your derpies? Yes, he does. Do not listen to what he's saying.
No, he does not.
I am going to mute him for the rest of the show here in a second. Let's go to Steel. Steel Loyal says, one career ending is the opening to an OnlyFans career in 2026. Squeech says, I need a place to nestle. It's been a rough month. That's what I'm saying. We got him. We got him. We're not going to waste him, Derpy, right? Somber says this, laugh my ass off. What? Steel Loyal says, start an OnlyFans and name it Derpy's Nerpies. Derpy's Nerpies.
Oh.
Somber says you're lumping Roman and I am kind of lumping them in a way, though. Because again, I'm still having a hard time. I'm having a difficult time figuring out what it is that Roman is just still so far behind on. It's not to the lack of a better term. I mean, for the better terms, it's not because he is going out and not playing well. Because everything he caught, everything that was thrown at him in limited targets last year, he caught. He caught the one pass that was thrown to him last week. He had the ugly fumble late in the season. Again, you could kind of compare that with Caleb's rookie mistake. Ugly that probably shouldn't decide his whole career, but it was something that was stupid. So again, I'm just trying to understand. He worked all off season with his route god. Got plenty of endorsement from Aaron Rodgers early on. So I'm just trying to understand. I'm just trying to understand more than anything what it is. Again, it almost seems like it's lumped together, but there's a lot of similarities. And I'm not seeing them. For Caleb, I can say I see it. I don't see that production. I don't see what it is that I'm missing. I see everything from Caleb every time he steps on the field that I seen from Caleb last year, every time he stepped on the field. And again, Roman is doing all the right things. You're hearing about it. You're not hearing that Caleb Johnson is running with the running backs specialty guy in the offseason. So what I'm saying, that they are kind of lumped, but they're not. And I'm just trying to understand what it is about Roman Wilson that just has him so far down on that poll. And again, under a new coach, kind of in the same position. So again, that's why I am kind of lumping them in a way. Let's continue down here to Squeech. Squeech says this. Hit the like button if you haven't already. Thank you, Squeech. Appreciate you as always. Somber said he's talking about Roman on the outside. Oh, is that what was that the context? Because if that was the context, it's a totally different story. I could agree with you. Let's go down right here to Somber saying because he is a slot, which would make 100% sense. The original Yinja Joe says, Squeege, you have to pay Derpy in dongs. That's right, Derpy only gets paid in dongs. Vietnamese dongs. Let's go here to Lindsay. Lindsay says, Lindsay with the Derpies, looking good there. Yinzer Nation, welcome to the show. Welcome back. Glad to see you back on the terrible board. He says, Roman and KJ haven't done anything. Funny, they have a fanboy in the chat. Lindsay says, what? Somber says, yeah, I root for everyone on the team because I'm a dumb fan. Fuck. Oh, what's going on here? Yinzer Nation. Okay, tough guy. Somber says, I'll slap the shit out of you. No BS, open hand. What is going on?
They're all mad at each other in chat.
Why is everyone so mad? Why is everyone so mad this week? I know at the beginning of the week I am, but I'm always mad at the beginning of the week. Beginning of the week is just a terrible time. And again, usually whenever I start diving in and figuring and going through all the problems and mistakes, but guys, we're just a day before the Steelers play. I don't know what's going on the terrible board. Steel Loyal says it's always the no PFP. Tortilla says Roman and KJ are the reason Luke missed wide right. Squeege says this. I felt the same way about Weegan as I did Randall L. I feel he's really going to give us some splash when needed. Probably my favorite pick of the draft. Listen, Squeege, I'm big on Weegan. Certainly after last week, I cannot wait. To watch some Caden Weegan tomorrow. If he breaks out for more splash plays, I'm going to be all aboard, which I already am. And also, not enough people are talking about the splash plays, the nice catches, the nice gains of Jeremy Bernard. Not getting a lot of attention this week, of course. The narrative was switching as we were heading into that Green Bay Packer game about Jeremy, and he's still kind of making these mistakes. But again, he's a rookie as well. So again, I'm excited to watch Jeremy. There's not a person on the team I'm not excited to watch this week, to be honest. Let's go right here to John. He says, Moats had a black chick on his podcast with high beams that match derpies. Let's go. Steel Loyal said open hand. Let's go here to, Yinzer Nation. He says, KJ is slow as fuck to a hole. Roman has trouble getting targets. I don't think either of those are wrong. Tortilla says, I'm actually a tough guy. I'm actually a tough guy. Who you calling a tough guy? Tortilla says. Steel Loyal says Roman caught the ball once and gets taken out of the game because he's a starter. You're out of the loop, Yinzer Nation. Let's go here. Let's go to Steel Loyal. I'm tougher than you, Tortilla. Tortilla says I'm slow as fuck to the hole, too. Unfortunately, yeah. Let's go here, Tortilla. My keyboard is maxed out, bro. Followed up by saying, don't make me bust out my magic hat. Steel Loyal says, and now I'm mad. Steel Loyal's mad. Squeech says, take it out on the derper. Steeler Nation says this at Steel Loyal. He's a starter because we have no one else to play the slot. Jeremy is still learning. That's true. Who goes in that spot if Roman Wilson, gets hurt? It's going to be the rookie, Jeremy. Let's go right here to Corey. Corey says, get off of your phone, Derpy, before Ryan writes you up. I know Derpy's been on his phone the whole show. I think he's texting and talking to friends and making plans.
Don't tell me what I have to do.
Look at that face. Look at him.
Tell me what I have to do.
He looks so frustrated that you pulled that up. Let's go here. Lindsay says, because Derpy won't show his titties. That's why they are mad. Let's go here. Steel Loyal. You don't want to see me when I'm angry. Let's go to Squeech. Squeech says, I don't know what it is. Weegan just looks like an NFL player. He sure does. Let's go to Somber, another Jeremy lover and Roman hater. A real fan would want them both to succeed. So many fake fans. What is this fake fans with people all of a sudden? We're all fans. We all have different opinions. Why is everybody at each other's neck? Come on. Steeler Nation's special for a reason. I don't understand why everybody's so the fake fans and you don't know ball. Who cares? People like the Steelers. They like to watch. Not everybody knows as much as the next guy. Who cares about that shit? I hate the know-it-all mentality. It's just not me. Steel Loyal says this. It might be the NFL uniform at Squeege. LOL, just kidding, he says. Let's go laugh my ass off. Smart ass. The Squeege says, good comeback. Ha, ha, ha. Let's go here to Yinzer Nation. Yinzer Nation says, how am I a Roman hater? Pointing out facts isn't hating, so you need a dictionary. Tortilla says, I'm going to tell the administrator. Squeech says, the only Steeler I hate is Neil O'Donnell. Let's go right here. And you guys want an update? Neil O'Donnell is selling turf right now. He is selling football turf. If anybody's wondering, Neil O'Donnell is literally a turf salesman. I do believe, if you look it up, I believe it's out of Kentucky or one of those states right south of Kentucky, I think. But Neil O'Donnell is a turf salesman right now. Of course, you remember him from 30 years ago, tossing 2 interceptions in the second half of that game against the Dallas Cowboys in the Super Bowl to lose. Lindsay says this. She says, you came in hot, Yinzer. Damn. Let's go here. Somber says the targets in one in-game will come. Yinzer Joe says, I always do. Lindsay says, you are the original. You're the original. Yinzer Nation says, at camp, I'm worried about games, not camp. Corey says, I'll give you a Scooby snack. Tortilla says, I know Ball is my neighbor. Somber says, then clarify that instead of hating. That's ironic, Ryan. What's that? What is ironic, Somber? Let's go right here. Yinzer Joey says, oh, that's right. Steel Loyal says, my roommate is Joey Porter Jr.'s cousin, brothers, uncles, friends. I got inside info. Let's go here. True salesman, I am. Lindsay says, Squeech says, Neil also sold the Steelers, LOL. And Squeech says, I see he ran out of the Super Bowl rig money. And Yinzer Nation does say this. He says, not my fault. Your reading comprehension sucks. Next time, I'll talk slow for you. At Somber, it's on, guys. I don't know what the hell's going on, but there you go. I still want to know what's ironic. Is it? What are you referring to again? Let's go here.
Well, we all mad.
I don't know. I was in a great mood. Now everybody's pissing me off.
Right.
Squeech says, I still stand by being him being paid off. I was young, but I'll never forget him. I was a senior in high school, and I will never forget him myself. Let's go here to Somber, LOL. He says, okay, cool guy. Steel Loyal says, ding, ding, ding. And then he follows it up by saying, my money is on Somber. What's the money on? What are we betting on? What's going on? What is going on? Let's get ready to rumble. How do you talk slow if Ryan's the one talking? I do. And how is that ironic? Because I host a show. I have to have that. I have to. Know-it-alls are the worst. Listen, I tell you every day that I don't know everything. I tell you every day that I'm not the smartest person. And I tell you all these things. So again, you're off. You're wrong. I'm not a know-it-all. I've never been a know-it-all. And I've always hated know-it-alls. So do what you want. But again, I have to have that stance sometime because I am, in fact, hosting a show. So it does come in beneficial. But I could go back and find you hundreds probably of examples of me saying that I don't know everything. I mean, go back and look. I mean, if you know it all, go back and look it up. And you would probably know it by now. But the fact is, it's not ironic. I don't have that mentality, and I never did. So there you go. Let's move forward. Let's go right here to Tortilla. No, we did get that Somber Steel. Steel says, I don't know. We are betting Ryan. Get ready. I'm ready to bet. I'm ready. I'm in. I don't know if that's what he was saying. I don't know. Again, everybody's fighting, so I don't know what the hell to think. Right. Ryan is so lost. Ryan is confused. I love this show, Squeege, Lindy. I don't know. Is that what he was? Again, that certainly wasn't made clear if it was, in fact, what was being said. Mark Malone says, where's the Iron Sheik when you need him? Where is that Iron Sheik when you need him? Steel Loyal says, that's not what he was saying. That is hilarious. Okay, shit, maybe. I don't know. And again, I challenge you to go back and watch 1,018 episodes. You'll hear many times that I happily admit that I don't know everything, and I never will. So again, do what you want with that. Sash says this, why are we fighting? I just got back from cooking. We shouldn't be fighting. We have a Steeler game tomorrow. Get these guys a map, Still Loyal says. Welcome to the show. Welcome to the show again. 1,018 of the two dumb Yinzers. We are lost. We don't fucking know what's going on. Squeech says, I'd be lying if I didn't say I've been at the keyboard war with someone in the chat before, LOL, because our man Thunder isn't here, is what Lindsay's saying. Tortilla,
Wow,
he says, I'm the real victim here. Tortilla is always the victim. And I do want to say welcome to Aaron Jade. Welcome with the Here We Go Steelers with the Rockets. Love it, as always. Steele says, Mike ain't here, so we were all just a little confused. That's all. Guys, 3 rookies did not practice on Wednesday. Of course, rookies are the topic of conversation in the preseason and everything leading up to the regular season, as 3 rookies did not participate in Wednesday. Of course, Max did not participate. We knew that. Also, Dunker and Everett. Everett was there. He wasn't in pads, though, but Dunker, he left. He left practice, came back to practice, but he did not practice anymore. So 3 rookies, guys, heading into the preseason game against the Jets tomorrow, did not practice Wednesday, more than likely putting their chances at playing in jeopardy, I would assume. Again, Dunker, Everett, and Max, 3 rookies did not participate yesterday at practice. And at the end of the day, we'll find out again. I would assume that they will not be playing tomorrow. I don't know this for sure. Lindsay said, not my Dunker. And I love that Dunker, too, absolutely.
Party in the back.
Did Mike McCarthy's training camp reduce injuries? Did Mike McCarthy's training camp yield less injuries than Mike Tomlin's training camp? Of course, you know, some things have been changed around. They didn't tackle this year. Was there a difference? A little bit of debate early, you know, whenever Coach Mack come out and said that we're not going to tackle this year. And that's what I'm saying, Lindsay. I don't think there's a whole lot of difference in this kind of area, in this area with this whole kind of thing. So again, a lot of injuries so far from day one. I mean, come on, let's be serious. And then beyond that, again, so I don't know. I don't know if the guys are any healthier after Mike McCarthy changed things. But again, it's still early. We still have 2 weeks left here. A little over a week. I'm sorry. Let's go right here. Let's go to right about Yinzer Joe. Yinzer Joe says this. Do we think any of the starters will get some snaps, or maybe against the Bills? And perhaps. Depends on who you mean by starters. I'm sure we'll still have starters getting participation tomorrow early. And I'm sure we'll still have some on the on next Thursday's game as well. Nobody that you want to see for the most part. I mean, you want to see superstars playing. I just don't know if that's what we're going to be seeing moving forward. Let's go right here to the Squeege Man. Squeege Man in the house. Let's go here. Squeege. Okay, there he is, orange face biting nails. Not my Dunker, Lindsay says. Squeege says, guys, we are supposed to only fight Tater. And where is that Tater anyway?
Where is that Tater at?
I have something here from every day. I wanted to tell them about the Browns wrapping up practice early again because of their disciplinary, their undisciplined play. And Tater just doesn't show up like he used to, unfortunately.
He's getting his massage.
And I don't care if he thinks he's a 49er fan. You know what I mean? Because what the hell is he really? If you're going to say that you're a Browns fan and then not be a Browns fan, then you're retarded for even saying that you're a Browns fan. And then I don't know. So again, this Tater makes my head spin. Let's go here. Lindsay, apparently not. Somber says, I'm blunt. I tell it like it is, regardless of who it is. Shrug, moving on. And that's the way it should be. Steel Loyal says, a blunt sounds good. And Somber and myself both agree to that, actually. Let's go here to Yinzer Joe. He says, man, where the hell is Tyrone? I was looking forward to piss it. Well, where is Tyrone? I miss him. Let's go here. Let's go down to Lindsay. Still going through it today. We got to get the regular season. We got to get some wins. I think that's going to be what gets everybody back on track, Derpy. Summer says, I don't like resin on my lips, though. Steele says, 2 a days. Also, Steel Loyal says this morning's practice was rough. Was it raining? Lindsay says, same Somber. I buy the glass tips.
I think everyone needs a Duke.
I think the whole world needs to smoke at one time. If you want peace on this planet, have 8 billion people smoke at one time. Every single person gets their own blunts. Every person.
That sounds like a good deal.
Gets their own blunt. Everyone.
That sounds like a good deal, Ryan.
Squeeze with the happy poop. Thank you. Love it. You know we love the happy poop. Thank you for that, of course. Steel Loyal said, no, just humid as fuck. Here we go. The Inter Joe says, Tater isn't here. Maybe it's because the 49ers play tonight and didn't want to hear our BS. That could very well be it. I didn't realize they play tonight. Wins always make me happy, as they do me, Lindsay, especially once you get into preseason. I mean, these are fun. You never want to lose, regardless of the situation. But those regular season wins, they sure hit a lot more. Let's go. Steel Loyal. Tater is still trying to learn the players' names on the 49er roster. That's basically about it. Let's go. Tater is Lindsay says, I don't smoke blunts. And there's nothing wrong with that. It's all right. Squeech says, one does not root for the Browns. One can only decay in effort to. Let's go here to Tortilla. If the whole planet got high, it would forget to spin. And you know what? I would be okay with that. Wouldn't you? Just for a day. Earth stops spinning. Everybody stops fighting. But you know, we would certainly come back, and killing would be extra high the following day. You know it would be.
Yes.
You know damn well the killing would go up the very next day. Let's go here to Tortilla. If the whole world, okay, we did get that. Don't forget to spin. Squeege, laugh my ass off at Steel. Somber says Mike McCarthy continues to be impressed with Roman Wilson as he continues to rack up explosive plays from multiple positions. And I hope you're right. Again, it's just something that I hope what is being told to us is correct, because, again, I'll be scratching my head beyond that, just trying to figure out what the hell's going on with him if that's not the case. Somber says, Squeege, carrying on my legacy. Steel Loyal, my Roman Empire. Steeler Freak says, I wake and bake and flash and crash with ripping all day between. Joe, the Silver Stars. Thank you, Joe. Thank you so much for that. On the board, you take a quick look at what we got going on here. Peyton Wilson, teammates see a great linebacker taking shape this offseason. These are some things that are being said about Peyton Wilson. So that's another concern of mine, was those two inside linebacker positions, Derpy. Again, Patrick Queen coming off a season where he led the entire league in missed tackles, and then Peyton Wilson kind of falling off a little bit last year. Bringing in a Landon Roberts, I think, is really good. But this inside linebacker room is certainly going to be something that I'm going to be paying attention to. To what extent the starters will be playing, I don't know. But you would think that we're going to see some E-Rob, at least anyway. Guys, people at camp are saying that Peyton Wilson looks like he's really taken shape this offseason.
I hope so. Ever since that injury, kind of been inconsistent. But I think it's just a wait and see thing.
Sick Joe says, I'm bringing a shit ton of weed at the end of November. I'll bring some gummies for you, Lindsay. There you go. Some gummies, Lindsay. That way you could, it could all work out perfect. You don't have to smoke. Let's go here to Squeege. Squeege says, was it you, Somber, that does happy poop? I figured one was needed. Let's go here to Sick. He says, a ton is what we're bringing. Steel Loyal says, Terry Bongshaw. He definitely gets his work in, guys. He gets his reps. There's never a time that Terry Bongshaw is not getting reps, as I know that John from Las Vegas lets us know for sure. He gets his reps. He certainly gets his reps. Lindsay says, thanks. Six Steel says, yes, that's Somber's thing at Squeege. And Somber says, yes, that is. A couple also talking about the defense a little bit. Peyton Wilson, Chris Hoke, the former Super Bowl backup defensive nose tackle. He says this, Derpy, he says, great. He's given a great review of Gabriel Rubio. He says that's how you should play the defensive line as a rookie. I agree. I've seen nothing but good, and I thought he played well. And then it was brought to the attention of the fans that he's been playing really good. So again, I think creating more depth for that defensive line is a win-win anyway. But as a rookie, Gabriel Rubio coming around, looking good. Some players even saying, who I think Finch, somebody on our personal board said that he looks a lot like Brett Kiesel as far as his play. Ooh. Again, I'm gonna have to watch again to see if I recognize that. But again, very high. My Derpy, I'm sorry. A lot of people on. Of course, Gabriel Rubio, another rookie that will probably make the squad. And again, building depth on the defensive line is huge. It really is huge, Terps.
That's very high praise comparing him to Kiesel.
Absolutely, but you know what? Kiesel was a guy that came up to, and he wasn't any this big superstar. He didn't have a great name, and sometimes you get guys like this. You draft a guy, he ends up coming along and being a big part. I mean, look at how big Kiesel and Olhoffen and some of those defensive linemen were on those Steelers Super Bowl squads. I mean, obviously, Big Snacks is going to get his credit, but at the end of the day, you're talking Aaron Smith, you're talking Brett Kiesel, you're talking Olhoffen. These are guys that made it through the ranks and really became something. And why not Gabriel Rubio? Why not Gabriel Rubio?
I've been waiting for a guy for a minute. So, hey, if he's gonna be that, let's just hope, wait and see.
Absolutely. We'll certainly take it. Absolutely. Certainly take that. Let's go here. Somber says, the more poop, the merrier. I couldn't agree with you more. Cody says you need more than some dummies to chill Rimsey out. You're going to need more gummies, more than gummies is what he's saying, to chill Rimsey out. Steeler Freak says it's like a $50 hooker on the strip. Lindsay says, yeah, okay, Cody, always on my ass. A couple more things as we were rounding third, and we do have Derpy's project here in just a moment. Do stick around. Lots to get into still today on the show as we're working towards preseason game 2 against the New York Jets tomorrow on national television. Everybody will be able to watch it, guys. My last topic right here, not really Steelers, but partially Steelers, and I think we might have even brought it up the other day, but Chase Claypool was in tryouts with the Saints. I don't know if there's any resolve from this matter. I don't know if he got cut. I don't know if he's still there. But as I was gathering information from today and yesterday, I did see that Chase Claypool is trying out with the Saints. And coincidentally, the Saints doesn't make it. We could see Chase Claypool not only this season, we're going to see him in France. That's right. We do play the Saints in France. So Chase Claypool makes his team. Perhaps, gets back into where he looks decent. Who knows? We just might see him in France when the Steelers face off against the New Orleans Saints later this year.
The Saints are another dumb, desperate organization that would sign Claypool at this point.
They just seem like a dumb organization to me, top to bottom. I mean, there's really one, with the exception of 2 seasons in my life, the Saints have always been bad.
Yep.
Drew Brees' Super Bowl year, and then another year right around there. I thought, these guys are good. Very few.
And then they fell off.
Yeah, for sure.
Completely.
Let's look at some comments here. We're going to get to Derpy's divisions here in just a moment. Let's go to here we go. Squeech says, is there a chance on Saturday you could share the video I took over the Toledo Rockets and we were unstoppable? Or is that already? No, guys, whatever you need, still continue to send to where Mike had you sending. We'll certainly get you taken care of. If you have any questions, do include them as well in the email. And Mike will certainly get to every question that you have. But yes, keep sending. It's still Thursday. Things are still open as can be. Let's go here to Cody. Cody says, never do dishes around Lindsay. I still have PTSD drama. That's what my therapist says. Lindsay says, you need a therapist. Squeeze says, taking someone's job comes with serious consequences. Lindsay says, should be doing dishes right now, buddy. Cody says, you're going to be on Discord tomorrow. Guys, let's get into Derpy. Derpy, we have 2 divisions still to cover. The AFC South is who we're going to play this year, and then also the AFC North, who the Steelers, of course, the division we play in. Let's hit this South division real quick, Derpy, and then we'll move forward. We'll get our division in. So let me start. Jacksonville wins that division last year.
Yeah.
Houston gets in on a wild card, plays us, who was a division winner. The Indianapolis Colts, and then who am I forgetting? The Tennessee Titans. I don't think any of these 4 teams are going to be in the Super Bowl. I'm going to be 100% honest with you.
They've never been. That's the funny part.
I think Tennessee is Tennessee. They're going to be Tennessee as they always are. I think they finish in the bottom of the division. But as far as the other 3 teams, I think that's where the competition is. Indianapolis, they're funny to me because they pick some up and then they lose some. They lose some and then they pick some up, and they never seem to get to the point where they're happy with the skill players they have. Of course, losing Michael. They're losing Michael Pittman in this offseason. Their quarterback should be Danny Jones, isn't it?
Yeah, they brought Danny, but yeah, you're right. He was having a good season. Then he got hurt.
But you're right. They were having a great season. They were the best team in the league until we played them. whatever
Right.
whatever the hell happened there. They came to Pittsburgh or wherever the hell that game was, and we whooped their ass. So again, that really fell flat. And then as soon as that happened, other teams start beating them. They figured out what it took, and they fell off. And Danny got hurt, and Phillip Rivers was the quarterback eventually. So it was this whole disaster. But I don't think the Colts are much better or much worse than they were last year. Again, they gain as they take away, and they take away as they gain, and they never seem to get any advantage as far as skill players. I'm going to have the Colts finishing exactly where they finished last year. They're going to be the third place in the AFC South Derby, ahead of the Tennessee Titans. I think 1 and 2 comes down to Jacksonville and Houston. Houston, of course, struggling on offense as of late going into last season. Defense was great. Jacksonville offense is looking good. What is Lawrence going to do? Who knows? Coming out of college, a lot of good things. He was supposed to do this. Coming out of Clemson, Trevor Lawrence. So again,
just suck. That's
it's going to come down to the play of Trevor Lawrence and what offense the Houston Texans could conjure up. So out of these two divisions,
the Jaguars just suck. That's why Lawrence. That's the problem with Lawrence.
if I have to take a team out of these two,
It'll be the Jaguars.
I'm going to take Houston. I don't know. Maybe I'm going to take Jacksonville. I don't know. I'm going to take Houston. No, I'm going to take Jackson. I don't know who I want.
Because like they're the same thing.
With
they're
different,
with
with different issues, though.
Right.
So just for this segment, let me say, because Houston didn't win it last year, I'll say they do win the division this year because of that defense.
Yeah.
Jacksonville will come in second, Indianapolis third, and Tennessee fourth. That's my AFC South Derby.
I'm gonna have to agree with you, Ryan. Besides none of the teams really got better, really, in my opinion. Besides maybe just drafting rookies. I mean,
I think that division will be very similar to what it was last year.
It's always the same result. It's always the same result, pretty much every year. Everyone's gonna crap on the Titans. I'll tell you that. Everyone's gonna crap on the Titans this year.
They're a bottom dweller for sure.
Yeah, I just feel bad for their quarterback that they put in that situation, just like many others that are put in bad organizations.
So at the top, who do you got, Derby? You got Houston and then Jacksonville, or Jacksonville then Houston?
I got Houston, Jacksonville, Indianapolis, and then Tennessee in the basement.
I'm seeing on the board, I see Lindsay likes Houston in that division. She says she thinks the Titans will do better.
There's so many issues with the Titans.
Even if they do finish better, even if they are better, I still think they finish in last. That's kind of where I have them. They could finish better, but I don't think it's good enough to make any movement in the division. But again, we'll see. Derpy, let's get in here and hold on right here. Let me grab Cody. Cody says the Scrooston Texans. Let's go right here. Cody says Titans or the Browns are the Jets or Miami or Atlanta. Titans are the Browns or the Jets or Miami or Atlanta. Let's get to the AFC North, Derpy. How does it break down for you? I think just out of spite, because I hate Cleveland so much, I'm putting them in last place, even when I don't think they're good. I think they were getting closer to being good, and they just blew it. They just, like every other time, they throw everything away. Losing Myles Garrett, losing their defensive coordinator. They gained a lot through the draft. However, I don't think that's going to be enough to get them out of the division this year. I got Cleveland in the basement.
Yep.
I think either Cincinnati or Baltimore, they're going to fight for second and third position in the division. Again, I think Cincinnati could put up 40 points any given game. The Ravens are a team that they're a good organization. They win a lot of the time against teams they should. They lose against teams they shouldn't. I think the second and third teams in this division comes down to Cincinnati and Baltimore. I'm still indecisive on that. And finally, I think the Steelers win this division outright, maybe by more than just a missed field goal this year. That's what my AFC North looks like, Derpy. I got Steelers at the top, Browns at the bottom, and again the shitbirds and the Pussycats fighting for those middle two spots. If you're going with history, you'd put Baltimore in there, but at the end of the day, I think that Cincinnati's a team. If they could win games outside of Pittsburgh, outside of the division, they would be okay.
They
They
don't have
split with us. They beat the Browns. They were successful against the Ravens. I think they split with the Ravens last year. If they could win games outside of the division, they would be have a better chance in the division. However, they squander those, and again, that's where I'm having a difficult time. Historically, Baltimore goes in this slot, but for me, it's a toss-up. 2 and 3 goes between Baltimore or Cincinnati.
I'm gonna have to agree with everything you said, and I would say that would be my result too, for the division. I as much as the media is heated, picks everybody else, and that we're gonna like the same result every year for the Steelers is that they're gonna finish last or third or something like that. We're gonna win this division easily, in my opinion.
All right.
The Bengals, their O-line sucks, their defense sucks. Simple as that. Besides the 3 guys, they suck.
And according to PFF, they have a top 10 defensive line now. So as well, you got to put that in consideration. Picking up my man from New York, his name's escaping me right now, but the Dexter, Sexy Dexy. So again, maybe that helps bolster that defensive line a little bit. And according to PFF, if you're paying much attention to what they say these days, they are the 8th best defensive line going into the season. So again, maybe the defense could be a little better than they were in the past. Defense gives up a lot, but you know what? They have the offense to certainly equalize and put up a lot.
It won't make a difference, man. It won't make a difference, in my opinion. And then the Clowns, they just suck. They can't. How many years straight have they can't even figure out a franchise quarterback or even a competable quarterback? So like they suck. Ravens. This is all to you Ravens fans, Ratbirds fans out there. Lamar's 31 in January. Derrick Henry is 33 in January. Do with that what you will.
Is Lamar Jackson ever going to get a championship to put on his trophy case next to his MVPs? I don't think he is. I don't think Baltimore's in shape to win a Super Bowl anytime soon.
Not with the new coach coming in. Maybe if Harbaugh was still there.
Well, that's good because, of course, on the board, they're talking a little bit about Harbaugh, of course, the Giants, Jackson Dart & Company. So we'll get to that in just one second. Derp, if you want to finish up your division, I got Pittsburgh first. I got the Browns in the basement, and I do have the 2 teams in the middle, the Ravens and the Bengals. It's a toss-up for me at this point. It may come down to an injury to a big player. I don't know what it's going to be. But, again, I do think that Cincinnati is going to be able to run with them. You can put up a lot of points, a lot of yards, as long as you have Joe Burrow and your 2 receivers. And, again, maybe improvement in a couple other areas. You could have an okay team, right?
Right. I guess. I guess that's been always the narrative for the Bengals, right, Ryan?
I guess. I'm seeing that Joe Burrow, I don't know if this is being facetious or being true. Somebody, Cody, says that heard Joe Burrow is going to be wearing number 5 this year. Again, I don't know how true that is. I think that he's messing. But again, Derpy, so you are what? Steelers up top of the division?
Yes.
Number 2.
I think I'm going to give it to the Bengals.
All right. Number 3.
Ravens.
And in the basement, you have the Browns?
Yep.
All right, there we go, guys. We did wrap up Derpy's special project. Derpy, great job. It was a lot of fun. I like going through the divisions. I like taking a look and trying to figure out where I think the teams are going to finish. And again, there you go, guys. We made it through the 8 divisions. Let's get back on the board, Derpy, as we were rounding third on the show. I don't want to miss anybody today. Let's go here. Lindsay says, well, get your dishes done first. Cody says this, Saints are great with money, though. Their cap does not apply to the rest of the league. Somber says this, stat prediction for Howard and Drew. Howard is going to go 12 for 15, 130 yards, 1 touchdown rushing. And also Drew, 15 for 19, 145 yards, 2 touchdowns. And, I got to be honest with you, Somber, if this is the case, we all should be happy. We should all be in a better mood on Monday again, not only because they're 2 young quarterbacks making way, but again, they're getting. I like the opportunity here. I like Howard getting ones and twos. Again, he played later in the first half. I wanted to see Drew, but again, maybe this opens things up for Drew playing first half next week against Buffalo. We don't know yet, but it seems that's the way it's going to go. But if these numbers come up, guys, we're going to be talking a lot of good about these young Steeler quarterbacks, which probably ain't going to really play much effect into the team for another season. But as of right now, seeing what the youngsters got, that certainly would be good if that played out that way. Tortilla says, speaking of the dishwasher, where has RB been? Sick Jones says, is it going to be live Saturday? Us, no, we are not, but we are going to have the all those shows. They will be on our page. You can come and check any of them out at any time on Saturday. We're going to have them playing through a playlist, so you'll be able to read the descriptions, learn about them, and listen to shows, watch them shows as we do have them. I'll talk more about that in just a second. Let's go to Cody. Cody says, I'm from the South, the deep South. Cody also says this, our RB's dealing with a few bungee cords right now. There we are with the Houstons, the Scroostons. Let me scoot past that since we did get them. Send Mason back to Tennessee is what Somber is saying. Lindsay does think that the Titans will do better. Cody says Titans or the Browns or the Jets or Miami or Atlanta. Let's go down a little bit here.
Trade Mason for a 10th round pick.
Trade Mason for a 10th round pick. Somber says trade Mason and give the team a 4th out of pity. Lindsay says our division will come down to the last game is versus the Ravens. Same shit every year. Know. Different year. Sick with the I can't wait to see the Steelers beat those shit stains live. Fuck y'all. And he got the towels, the Watts looking good. Cody, there he is again. I heard Joe Burrow is going to wear number 5 this year. Here's some Giants talk. Lindsay says Dart scares me. He's going to be out of the league. He keeps taking those hits. I give Dart 3 years. What Somber says.
It's not
before
his fault.
Before he's a white AB. Let's go here, Lindsay. Literally, he's a.
That might be a game.
That
ball.
is good. I'm going to throw a game ball to Somber on that one. Lindsay says he's literally a danger to himself. Cody says this. What the fuck is that supposed to mean, Derpy? I'm 31. Somber is like 50. You calling us old?
It means his time's running out and their window's running out if they actually want to compete. All
right, Derpy. Way to go. Way to cover your ass there. Let's go here to Tortilla. Lamar signed a 9-year extension in my Madden 27 mode. Cody, you're an idiot is what Somber says. Sosh, wait, I thought Somber was 48. Sosh says this, can we have a check if Mike drowned? If he's I think he's okay. I don't know that to be true. I gotta be honest, I can't promise you anything, but I assume that he's okay. Let's go here to Lindsay. Oh, you worried about him, Sosh? With the thunder emojis looking good there. And Tortilla is like Stan from the Eminem video. I have him locked in my basement. Finally, Derpy wants to have a word, guys. If you will, do show Derpy a little love here. Derpy wants to talk about his high school team, the Girard Indians, for just a moment, guys, as we wrap up. As high school football does get ready to do startup this week, I know Derpy does have some things he wants to say about the Girard Indians. So again, he's been helping me all week, and he's done a great job, I thought. So Derpy, go ahead with your Girard Indians.
You want to speak on your teams too, Ryan, or you just?
Aliquip is going to do good. I don't have any problems with them. I think they're going to win a lot of football games. The high school that I went to doesn't exist anymore, so I'm just talking about Quip. I think they'll be just fine. Go ahead.
Well, I'm just going to keep it brief. My a lot of expectations for my alumni this year. We got our quarterback this year was the same as last year. He's the coach's son. He was our ball boy when we went to the championship in 2018. We lost that game, but it's kind of like a full circle moment, because I'm very excited for my team,
Yeah, absolutely. They had a really good
I
season.
am every year, but I told you, even off screen, I mean, this has never happened before. I'm kind of more excited for my alumni than the Steelers. It's never really happened before, because I expect a lot out of them this year, but I think there's a good shot we get better than 18, so we'll see what happens.
All right. Well, everybody wishes them the best of luck. It's again, you can have another successful season. It makes me happy. I dig when my high school team does well. Again, my local high school team turned into a merged team, the Central Valley Warriors, where Jordan Whitehead came out of. But Aliquippa is the neighboring school. They were just a few miles away from where I went to high school. So since my team is no longer officially my team, I certainly I have to go with Quip. I have to. I have
They're the
friends,
best.
family. My middle son went there. So again, Aliquip was my squad. I think we're going to do just fine. We're going to win a lot of football games, and again, hopefully see Montour. Always a good matchup with them. I was watching a couple of those games over the weekend, last weekend, Lindsay. Those Montour Aliquippa matchups, and I got to be honest. You're looking for some good football. Watch a Montour Aliquippa game.
I'm kind of excited for the This is another rival with Quip, I believe, the Newcastle game.
Newcastle's going to be good, of course. Absolutely.
I always like watching that one.
Small river steel mill school in a steel mill town, managing to beat teams 3 classes up and win state championships in 3 classes up. Quip, always the GOAT, as Cody is saying, on the board. Let's continue. I'm going to get back on the board here. I do want to say, okay, here we go. Here's some good ones. I'm seeing some good ones. They're all good, but right now they're getting funny. Let's go here. It was nice of you finally, Derpy, to get and finish Derpy. Let's go right here. Sosh, right here. I'm working my way down to Somber. There it is. Tortilla says, I have Mike locked in my basement. He says, I have him locked in my basement. Peyton Wilson year. This is Peyton Wilson's year. Somber is NSA. Cody says also Cody says this, Tortilla. It doesn't count if he doesn't want to leave the basement. Also, Steeler Freak says, Mike woke up in my bathtub missing a kidney. Woke up in your bathtub missing a kidney. I also do want to say what's up to Joe. Joey back in the house, of course, was here last week. The Green Bay Packers fan. How you doing, man? How was your experience watching the game? Welcome back, Joey. Also, Tortilla. Cody is Secret Service. Somber says, this still younger than our starting quarterback. Sweet Napoleon Dynamite voice. Let's go here. Montour. Lindsay, of course. Let's go, Cody. Cody says, Tortilla's mom goes to college. Of course, by way of Kip in the Napoleon Dynamite and Kip scene on Napoleon Dynamite. I know exactly what you're talking about. Lindsay said, yes, when my kids played gotcha. Yeah, for sure. Aliquippa Montour. Great stuff. Cody says, sweet home Aliquippa. Lindsay says, I'll take your ass to Quip and leave you there. Well, that's what you don't want. You don't want to be left behind at Aliquippa. But I am going to make my way to Heinz Field this year. Of course, the new Heinz Field, the field that became Heinz Field after Heinz Field got changed to Acrisure Stadium. Aliquippa's new stadium, of course, is the new Heinz Field. I'm going to make my way over there this year to watch a few games. I'm pretty excited about that. Let's do believe this is everything for the day. Let me say this about the website, guys. Do check out the website today. A lot of cool stuff over there. Mike and the guys do a lot of work, a lot of articles, things of that nature. There's a merchandise store over there if you want to support the show. All kind of cool stuff over at the website. Go check it out today, www.d2wnsers.com. That's www.d2wnsers.com. Time for question of the day. Derpy, put on your thinking cap. Everybody at home, everybody on the terrible board, put on your thinking caps as well. It's time to get into the question of the day. And, of course, this is a Jets question as we do play the Jets tomorrow in preseason game 2 here in Western Pennsylvania. Guys, Derpy, are you ready?
Trivia.
All right. I think something that you said earlier should put you in a position to kind of know and possibly have a chance at this question and this answer. But you spoke about the Jets last time they were in the championship game was against the Steelers. This could possibly help, guys. So here we go. Put your thinking caps on. Here is the question of the day. Pittsburgh Steelers faced the New York Jets 16 times since the year 2000. How many times did the Jets win? The Steelers played the Jets 16 times since 2000. How many times did the Jets win? Do you want a hint on this?
Kinda.
Here's the hint. Steelers lead the series 22-7 all time. The Steelers lead the series over the Jets 22-7 all time. Again, with that being said, Pittsburgh faced the Jets 16 times since the year 2000. How many of those 16 games did the Jets win? Take a minute to think that over. We're live 5 days a week right here, Monday through Friday, 11:30 a.m. to 3:30 p.m. every day right here on the Tube.
The Tube.
All right, guys, we're looking for how many times the Jets beat the Steelers since 2000. They faced off 16 times. Believe it or not, since the year 2000. And Lindsay's saying 0. You think you know it? If you have a guess, perhaps you do know it. Do throw it up on the board. Derpy, what's your thought process here? 16 times against the Steelers. The Jets win. How many since 2000? Sasha's saying 1. And Cody's saying Darrell Revis. Jets, of course, probably one of the best. And also from Aliquippa. 403 Tortillas saying, Derpy, what's your thought process here?
That's an interesting name to put out there, Cody, because I know he upset us a couple of times. I believe so. He did.
Mike Ditka, also from Aliquippa. Yeah. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
You're good. Wait, Ditka's from freaking... Oh, my goodness.
Sure is. Ditka. Pistol Pete Maravich is from Aliquippa. Ty Law. Sean Gilbert. Tony Dorsett. There's a bunch. That's just one small little mill town, guys.
You sure they weren't doing NIL back then?
No, it's just a small town, man. I'm telling you, this is what they know how to do better than anybody. Derpy, how many times did the Jets beat the Steelers since 2000? They faced them 16 times.
Give me 2.
2. And is this your final answer, Derpy? 2 times the Jets have beat the Steelers since 2000. Let me lock you in.
Yeah.
I tell you what, the Jets were really playing good in the early 2000s up to about 2010. They had a nice team.
Better than they were before. Better than they were now.
Mike Ditka was the Super Bowl winning coach for the Chicago Bears in 1985. Super Bowl 20, they won 46-10 over the New England Patriots. Lindsay, let's go right here.
Yeah, give me 2 though, Ryan.
All right, so you're going 2.
Yeah, I don't know about the board though.
Seeing they're talking a little bit about Ditka. All right, I do think we have our answers in, guys. Question of the day is this. Pittsburgh faced the New York Jets 16 times since the year 2000. How many of those times did the Jets win? Derpy says 2. The hint is the Steelers are 22-7 all time against the New York Jets, guys. The correct answer, believe it or not, the correct answer is 6 times.
Really?
The Pittsburgh Steelers are 10-6 against the Jets since the year 2000. That is true. It is true.
Can you tell me the years they beat us, or?
I could probably do that in just a second if you give me a moment.
It had to be the 2000s because, like, early 2000s, like you said, because I think we've been pretty dominant ever since against them.
Let's go right here. And I will be able to give you those years, Derpy. We lost to them in 22. We lost them in 22. We lost 24-20. We also lost to them in 19.
Yeah.
We lost to them 16-10. We lost to them in 14. We lost 20-13.
No, I remember.
We lost to them in 2010, 22-17. We lost to them in overtime in 07, 19-16. And finally, back in 2003, we also lost to them in a game 6-0. 6-0 back in 2003. That is the 6 times they beat us since the year 2000. I would have never guessed, Lindsay, either. The only reason I'm not surprised is because I have the answers. If I had a guess, I would have never guessed 6 times. Never.
I do remember the 10 one because that's the reasoning of why we beat them in the AFC, I believe, championship. Or was that 2011, Ryan?
I'm sorry, go ahead.
I was saying, what year was the AFC championship? It was 2010, right? We fat last fist them, in there. I think. But my point is that I believe we lost to them early in the season that year, and then they went on a run and we beat them.
Let's see. We lost to them. Yes, we lost to them 22-17 in December that year.
Yeah,
and then January the next month, we did beat them. And yes, that was the AFC Championship game.
That's
We beat
what
them
I thought.
24-19. Crazy. Let's grab some of these messages as always, guys, as we are getting ready to wrap things up for the day. Lindsay is always right, and I thought I heard her say 6, as a matter of fact, whenever people were answering. She said 6 is crazy, though. Who would have ever guessed that? Cody says Lindsay loves Aliquippa as much as Ginger Joe likes eating hot dogs without chewing. Let's go here. Let's go to Jamie. Working outside in the heat. That's why I haven't been replying. I live in Florida. It's brutal today. It's all good.
I bet it is.
We do love hearing from you always, as Jamie. But, like I said, you got to do what you got to do, man. You got to do what you got to do. Let's go to Steel Loyal. I might have hot dogs for dinner now, Cody. Lindsay says, I swear, Cody, come up here, and I'm leaving you right on Quip at night. Pittsburgh Pirates back at it tomorrow, Derpy. They beat the Tigers yesterday in the bottom of the 9th inning. 2 home runs.
What's your wild card looking like?
It's still not that great, but it's starting to look a little bit better. Lau hits a home run yesterday to walk off in the 9th inning. The Pirates win 4-3 over the Tigers. They win the series 2-1, improving their record to 63-66. So they're starting to work their way back up. They're back at it tomorrow. They have a 3-game set against the LA Dodgers. Out your way, Somber. The Pirates will be at the Dodgers 10-10 tomorrow in game 1 of 3. I do want to say welcome to Cosmo. Blorpy says welcome to the show. Also, Tortilla says the new Gladiator movie starring Mark Malone called Glizzy Eater.
That's a game ball. That's a game ball, right?
There you go. A few things before we do get ready to wrap it up, guys. The Steelers do play 24 days from now. They'll be opening up their season against the Atlanta Falcons at home in 24. That is JPJ days from now. Also, this weekend, Saturday, we are having network sharing. Do swing by the site, guys. This Saturday, there's going to be about 10 to a dozen different shows, streams, things of that nature. If you want to come by, check it out. There's a lot of different things. Some you'll recognize from the board, others you might not recognize. So do check us out on Saturday for our network sharing. A lot of cool stuff is going to be put up. Maybe you could find something that you love, and maybe they'll be your new thing. Do come check it out Saturday right here on the on the Two Dumb Yinzer Network. So a lot going on this weekend. We have the Steelers tomorrow night. We have network sharing on Saturday. We're a week away from the very last preseason game of the season for the Steelers. It's all happening so fast, Derpy. It's all happening really fast. And when you have this kind of action going on, sometimes you do need to take a little break and have yourself a cold one. Derpy, Duquesne Pilsner. Have yourself a cold Duquesne Pilsner. They are now available in 6 and 12 packs at Johnny Go, and also wherever cases are sold. The people at Duquesne Pilsner always like to help us, so we always like to help them in return. Do check out Duquesne Pilsner. Perhaps you're not a big drinker. That's okay. Go visit their social media, hit the follows, hit the likes, all that kind of fun stuff that helps, and it will help them out. I'm sure they would appreciate it. Duquesne Pilsner, we always have it on tap here at the studio for every event that comes along. Brewed right here in Western PA, and it says it on the can, Derpy, grab a Duke.
Grab a Duke.
Let's go. Also, if you are checking them out online, do check us out as well. We're all over on social media. You can check us out at Facebook, formerly known as Twitter, Instagram, Threads, even TikTok. Go check us out. Hit the follow button. Keep up with what the Two Dumb Yinzers are up to on a day-to-day basis. And if you haven't had a chance yet, do hit the like button. Hit down below. Hit the like, hit a sub, hit the share, leave a comment. It all helps, guys, pushing the show out through the algorithm and puts it in front of more eyes of more Yinzers. Guys, so thank you so much for that. We certainly do appreciate it. Derpy, your thoughts, today's show?
Quit fighting. We don't need that.
Hey, once we start winning football games, I think we're going to be okay.
Save it for the season, all right? Save it for the season. Save it for the rivals, all right? Beat them
Could be
up.
worse. The Browns could be our team. Could be a lot worse, guys. Things is going to be okay. I promise. I'm seeing, of course, Finch's teeth on the board. Finch enjoyed that this morning. He's seen it before, but he didn't quite notice what it was. He perhaps thought it was a vagina, maybe. Now he knows that it is his teeth right there on the board. I'm seeing naked Derpies. I'm seeing TJs. I'm seeing Finch's teeth right there, guys. Again, you could get in on this as well. $1.99 a month for the membership, guys. Get you all these emojis that you were seeing throughout the show on the terrible board. But you got to remember, that's for the membership. So subscribe. It's totally free. So if you're here on YouTube, you hit that subscribe button. It costs you absolutely nothing. Again, it will help us all. We appreciate every single person who supports us. Guys, finally, Finally, what else do I got, Derpy? Finally, we'll be back tomorrow at our regular time. Vanilla will be back. Derpy will probably be back tomorrow as well. I have something in store that we could do with both of the guys tomorrow. I think Derpy did a great job. Certainly deserving of being back tomorrow. Things will get back to normal in that sense. We'll be getting ready for the big Jets game, which is tomorrow. We'll be back to our overs and unders. We'll be back to our what it takes to win, what it's going to take, keys to win the game tomorrow, all that stuff tomorrow on the Friday installment of the show. Plus, we'll be back to the we'll also have the Duquesne Pilsner question of the week for Mike as well to see if he could win or get another loser prize, guys. It could be a lot of fun, and I have a good one coming up for that. Yeah, Derps.
I was just going to say, tomorrow, when everyone's here, I want you to remind Mike, the Penn State fan,
We're going to get into it.
Yeah, we're going to his university will now be forever known as Cocaine University.
It changes every year. It was Penn State last year. This year it's Cocaine University. They just keep doing it to themselves, though. You know what I'm saying? Nobody's doing it but them. Nobody's raping kids but them. Nobody's getting busted with all this cocaine. And I guess that's happening. But, you know what I'm saying. Happy Valley. Yeah. There you go, everybody. Penn State, I'm sure we'll dig into that tomorrow. Cody with the teeth. Lindsay with the TJs looking good. She says cocaine everywhere. Jamie says this. Hey, thank you, man. My brother, always great seeing you, Jamie. We got this, man. You're good. Let's go to Thunder. I'm sorry, Cody. Cody says Thunder loves Penn State. Six says y'all have a killer day. See y'all tomorrow with the towels. TJ Watts, my man, always great seeing Sick. And Cody says there it is, Sandusky State. Their name seems to change every year depending on what's going on with their particular school. Guys, yes, we'll be back tomorrow at our regular time to get into all that. We'll get up to date on all the Steeler information and get ready for big game 2 in the preseason against the Jets. The last one at home. We go on the road next week for Buffalo. Yes. Then we take a week off, and then we get ready for the Atlanta Falcons in 24 days. So, guys, it's coming. It's coming fast. Believe me. Let me say this. I do want to say thank you so much to everybody for coming and hanging out today. We totally 100% appreciate each and every one of you. We truly, honestly do. We wouldn't do it without you. Thank you so much, everybody. I want to say to everybody on the board, thank you so much for everything that you do. You always keep the show interesting, and you are the lifeblood of this show. That has never changed. It never will change, and will always continue as what it is. That is what the show has been running on for years, and you know what? We love it. Wouldn't have it any other way. Everybody on the board. Also want to say to everybody at home, thank you so much. Perhaps you're at the gym. Maybe you're in the car listening. Maybe at home, just watching on your big screen TV. Whatever the case is, we thank you too. Guys, we'll be back tomorrow to get into it all, heading into this second preseason game tomorrow night, 7 o'clock against the Jets on national television. Tortilla saying Pennsylvania State. State. There you go. Derpy, anything before we wrap it up, brother?
Yeah. Sticking on the Penn State topic. Parents, don't be the father that supported the cocaine stuff for their sons in the Penn State controversy with selling cocaine. Don't be them. That's all I got for today.
Well, if they don't sell cocaine, who's getting where's everybody getting the cocaine at? I mean, somebody's got to do it, right? Somebody's got to do it. But we will get into more about that tomorrow, I'm sure, as Vanilla does return. But again, I want to thank everybody so much. You guys rock, you really do. Again, I hope we could only partially rock your world as much as you rock ours, guys. We thank you so much, every single one of you. Thank you for everything and your support, guys. Getting ready to get to the Steelers season. It's happening. It's coming, and we waited all off season for it. So we're going to get there, guys. No two ways about that. Again, we'll be back tomorrow to get into everything leading up to this game tomorrow night. I do believe that's it, Derpy. I'm going to spin around. Speak now, forever hold your peace.
Go Steelers.
All right, there you go. I want to thank everybody on the board, everybody at home, everybody that's listening, and again, everybody that supports the show on a regular basis. Thank you so much. We couldn't do it without you. We are greatly appreciative of everything that you do. We'll be back tomorrow at our regular time to get into it. I think that's going to be everything for us. Have a great day, everybody. For Derpy, for Finch, for Mike, for Chuck, for RB, the two dumb gingers, myself. Have a great day, everybody. Peace and love, peace and love, peace and love. We'll see you tomorrow. Bye-bye.